Live from the Maverick Center in the Salt Lake Valley, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey. As tonight's the opener of a two-game series as the Grizzlies take on the Allen Americans. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's a rare Thursday home game for the Grizzlies as it opens up a 9-game homestand. It is the final homestand of the regular season and the final homestand in Utah Grizzlies history. Well, the Grizz got a victory on Sunday afternoon in their final road game as they picked up a 3-1 victory over the Indy Fuel as they salvaged the third game of the series. Indy won each of the first two games of that set, 4-1 on March 20th and 4-0 on March 21st. Jacob Musatelli was outstanding in net for the Grizzlies on Sunday as he stopped 29 of 30. And Mike Gillette had an outstanding third period as he scored 2 goals in the third, including the game winner 2.5 minutes into the third period. Luke Manning added a second period goal, and that goal was featured on the league's goals of the week as he put together a beautiful backhand shot on a great pass from Reed Lepster as Lepster somehow got a centering pass through, and then Manning with a beautiful backhand shot over the left glove of the Indy goaltender. So for the Grizzlies, it'll be interesting to see what they can do against an Allen Americans club who's third place in the Mountain Division, and it looks like they've pretty much secured a playoff spot, even though it's not official that they've clinched a playoff spot. The Americans have been outstanding this year with a record of 33, 23, and 5 as they have 71 standings points, and they're in third place in the Mountain Division. They are 4 points ahead of fourth place Tahoe. Good goaltending matchup tonight. Hunter Miska will get the start for Utah. This will be his 11th appearance in a Grizzlies uniform. He's got a .912 save percentage. And for the Allen Americans, it's going to be Jackson Parsons. It'll be the first time he's faced the Grizzlies. He has a record of 9-9-1 with 1 shutout. He has a .925 save percentage and 2.35 goals against average. So good goaltending matchup. Both teams are pretty good on the power play this season. Utah is 20.8% on the power play. Allen is 20.6%. So I imagine in this 2-game series, both tonight and Sunday afternoon, special teams could play a bit of a factor. Allen does have the better penalty kill unit at 83.8%. Grizzlies PK is 79.1% on the season. So it's always interesting when the Grizzlies face the Allen Americans. You never know what plot twists are ahead, and it'll be interesting. It'll be the start of a 2-game set. Both teams will be off for 2 days, both Friday and Saturdays. There's concerts in the building, and then Sunday afternoon will be a 3:10 start. That's going to be on March 29th. Then Utah will have 7 games after the Allen series left in the regular season. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the Grizzlies who are among league leaders in a few statistical categories, including Aiden Hansen-Bukata, who returns to the Grizzlies after he was released from a PTO from the AHL's Colorado Eagles. AHB played in 4 games with Colorado and had 1 assist and 2 penalty minutes. We'll come back and talk about the other key members of the Grizzlies and also go over the lineups for both teams as we're in business on a Thursday night, and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Grisby commutes to work by riding UTA. It gives him time to make friends and relax before arriving to the Maverick Center. But how can Grisby keep enjoying that feeling throughout the entire day? An idea! Utah Transit Authority, proud sponsors of the Utah Grizzlies.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting. Face-offs in about 15 minutes from now as the Grizzlies take on the Allen Americans. quite a few Grizzlies players who are among league leaders in a few statistical categories. How about Danny Geneva? He's got 12 points, 6 goals and 6 assists in his last 9 games. If you think about the last Grizzly home game, that was on March 15th, where the Grizzlies got a 4-3 victory, and you talk about a thrilling finish. Utah had a 3-1 lead, and then Danny Geneva scored with about 4 minutes left in regulation. However, upon further review, the officials believed the puck never crossed the goal line. Stayed a 3-1 game, and then Tulsa put together a pretty good rally, scoring with 2.5 minutes left in the third period, and then Dougie Legrone tied it up with 25 seconds left in regulation, but just 15 seconds later, Maxim Barbashev fired the puck off of Vyacheslav Butyets onto Geneva, and Geneva was Johnny on the spot. He was in the right spot over in the right goal line, and he fired it past Butyets for one of the most thrilling goals that we've seen all season. And yeah, Maxim Barbashev did get the primary assist, and Barbashev is now in his second week as a member of the Allen Americans. He's going to be wearing number 11 for Steve Martinson's crew this evening. He has a goal in 3 straight games here at Maverick Center, as he scored in all 3 games for the Grizzlies in their series against the Tulsa Oilers, where Utah picked up 5 out of a possible 6 standings points. So it wasn't just that weekend where Geneva won the league's player of the week after scoring 6 goals and 1 assist in the 3-game set against Tulsa. He's really gotten the job done all season long, as he leads Utah with 18 multiple-point games this season. He leads the league with 254 shots on goal. He's also second in the league with 63 points and 5th with 40 assists. And he's been one of the best rookies in the league. In fact, we believe he's the strong favorite for the league's Rookie of the Year award. Reed Lepser's been a consistent scorer all year. He is second in the league with 30 goals this season. He's tied for 11th with 54 points. Aiden Hansen-Bukata returns to the Grizzlies lineup after spending 4 games with the AHL's Colorado Eagles. Hansen-Bukata is second among league rookies with 35 assists, and he's also second among rookies with 18 power play assists and third among rookies with 20 power play points. So AHB will be in the Grizzlies lineup wearing number 20. He's one of 7 defensemen for Utah this evening. For the Grizzlies, they completed the road portion of their schedule by getting a 3-1 victory on Sunday behind 2 third-period Mike Gillette goals. Gillette got hit in the face pretty hard by Tyler Weiss of Indy. I believe that we should have been thrown out of the game. I was surprised he only got a minor penalty, and I was pretty heated and fired up about it, and it turned out the league gave Weiss a 2-game suspension due to that I would say a vicious cross-check to the face. So the league reviewed it, and they suspended the Indy forward for 2 games. I did overreact a little bit, but I guess there was a good reason for it. And the league determined that was enough of a hit to get Weiss a 2-game suspension. Utah was a pretty good road club this season. They went 17-15, 3-1 on the road. Utah averaged 3.52 goals per game on the road this season. Both Utah and Allen are 2 of the better offensive teams in the league. Allen averages 3.5 goals per game. They allow an even 3 goals per contest. Grizzlies, on average, they score 3.2 goals per game, and obviously with them averaging 3.52 on the road, it's been a little bit easier scoring goals on the road than it has been here at Maverick Center. The Grizzlies are 8th in the league in goals per game at 3.21. They're 12th in the league in shots per game at 31.37. And for the Allen Americans, they're usually towards the bottom of the league in terms of shots allowed per game. They allow 34.7 shots per game, which is actually better than what we see most years. It seems like there are a lot of years where Allen is allowing 37, 38, maybe even 39 shots per game. So we'll see what the Grizzlies can do with their scoring chances. They're facing an Allen club that's got quite a few good forwards. They're missing quite a few forwards as well, though, as it looks like Spencer Asachuk and Hank Krohn are out of the lineup. Chase Maxwell's also out. And so the Americans are missing a few forwards. Matt Register's only played in 4 games this season, a future Hall of Fame defenseman. But if you're talking about the Americans, who's gotten the job done for them this season, you got to look at Danny Kadek. He's got 31 goals this year. Harrison Blaisdell has 23 goals and 22 assists. And they've gotten another outstanding year from Colby McCauley, who has 20 goals and 16 assists on the year. And Braden Watts has put together another solid campaign. He was a star for the Wichita Thunder for a couple years, and Watts has been solid for the Americans this year, as he has 19 goals and 41 assists and even 60 points in 60 games. When we come back, we'll go over the lineups for both teams. Could be a couple high-scoring games, but we do have goaltenders that are pretty solid in net for both clubs. Hunter Miska for the Grizzlies has a .912 save percentage, and for Allen, Jackson Parsons has a .925 save percentage and a 2.35 goals against average. So something's got to give here tonight. Two good offensive clubs and two good goaltenders in net for their respective clubs. We'll come back and go over the lineups. If you're in the West Valley area, come on out and join us as we're going to have some fun this evening. It's a rare Thursday home game as the Grizzlies take on the Allen Americans. Starting lineups on the other side, you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Let's go over the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Allen Americans, who are led by head coach and general manager Steve Martinson. Allen's got a record of 33, 23, and 5. They're 15, 14, and 3 on the road. As we mentioned earlier in the pregame show, Jackson Parsons is going to get the start in net. He's a first-year pro. He's got an AHL contract with the Ottawa Senators. Parsons played in the OHL last season. As we mentioned, he's a first-year pro. Native of Ottawa, Ontario. 6'2", 200 pounds. He is just 21 years old, and he's been solid this season with a .925 save percentage and 2.35 goals against average. Parsons has also played in 11 games with the AHL's Belleville Senators, where he has a 5-3-1 record with a 3.38 goals against average and 890 save percentage. So Jackson Parsons is going to get the start in net. Marco Costantini is the backup. The starting defensive pairing for the Allen Americans includes Ty Prefontaine, who's a plus 17 this year, and he has 7 goals and 10 assists in 35 games. He'll be wearing number 8. Prefontaine, a native of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. He'll be paired up with Sam Sedley, who's been outstanding this year. Sedley's got 6 goals and 35 assists and a plus 15 rating. Sedley's wearing number 23. He's a native of Stratford, Ontario. So Sedley and Prefontaine are the starting defensive pairing. We will also see Andre Anania, who's a plus 9 this season. He is paired up with Anthony Costantini, the twin brother of tonight's backup goaltender Marco Costantini. Trevor Ladon's wearing number 25. He's a native of Ontario, and he's paired up with the big defenseman Quinn Warmuth, who's 6'4" and 219 pounds. Warmuth has been pretty good this year. He's got 6 goals and 10 assists and an even plus-minus rating in 54 games. So that's a 6th defenseman for Steve Martinson's crew tonight. Prefontaine and Sedley will get the start. Starting forwards include Danny Caddick, who has 31 goals and 22 assists in 51 games. Caddick has good size at 6'4" and 222 pounds. He has an AHL contract with the Belleville Senators. He'll be wearing number 9, and he's somebody the Grizzlies have to watch out for all game long. He shares a birthday with me. Caddick born on September 4th, 2000. I was born on September 4th, a lot earlier than 2000. As my gray hair would probably point out. So Caddick's going to get the start wearing number 9. He is lined up with Kevin Gersoy, who's wearing number 14. Gersoy has 2 goals and 15 assists in 43 games. And Jack Dubois, who just signed with Allen earlier today. He is 6'4" and 205 pounds. Dubois, his last name. His first name is Jax. And he'll be wearing number 44, making his Allen Americans debut. So Dubois, Gersoy, and Caddick are the starting forwards. Former Grizzly Maxim Barbashev, who's got an AHL contract with Tucson, he'll be wearing number 11. Remember, he's got a goal in the last 3 games he's played here at Maverick Center, which was in a 3-game series against the Tulsa Oilers. Also, watch out for Colby McCauley with 20 goals this year. Braden Watts, 19 goals this season. Harrison Blaisdell has 23 goals and 22 assists in 61 games. As we mentioned with the Allen Americans, they're a high-scoring team, averaging 3.5 goals per game. Special teams could easily play a factor in each of these two games in the set, as Allen's got a pretty good power play at 20.6%. Grizzlies' power play is 20.8%. However, Utah has not scored a power play goal in each of their last 4 games. So we're waiting to see the Grizzlies hit the ice in their black jerseys with white numbers and professional green trim. Hunter Miska will get the start in net. He's got a .912 save percentage. I've heard conflicting reports on the pronunciation of the first name of either Isaac or Isak Posh. He was just reassigned to the Grizzlies from the AHL's Colorado Eagles today. He's going to be the backup goaltender. He had spent all of this season in the AHL with Colorado. Posh will be the backup to Hunter Miska this evening. The starting defensive pairing will include Colby Enns and Aiden Hansen-Bukata. Starting forwards are Evan Friesen, Reed Lebster, and John Gillette. First time that John Gillette's been on that top forward line with Friesen and Lebster. We'll get the starting lineup from public address announcer Mark Larson here shortly. We mentioned Gillette, Friesen, and Lebster are going to be the starting forwards. Danny Geneva's on a line with Luke Manning and Nicholas Nemo. Mikey Colello's out there with Cy Leclerc making his Maverick Center debut. And Sunday's hero, Mike Gillette, and Ryan Taylor and Ryan Rosborough, they're making their Maverick Center debut. They signed with the Grizzlies last week, and they played in all 3 games in the Indy Series. So we mentioned AHB and Enns will be the starting defensive pairing. Luke Salem is lined up with Josh Singer. Mathieu Boilar is going to be paired up with Andrew Noel, and Dylan Gratton's also going to be out there as well. So Utah's rolling with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. Let's get the announcement of the Grizzly starters from Mark Larson.
Starting on defense, wearing number 5, Colby Enns. On defense, wearing number 20, Aiden Hansen-Bukata. At forward, wearing number 11, Evan Friesen. At forward, wearing number 23, Reed Lebster. At forward, wearing number 24, John Gillette. And protecting our goal tonight, wearing number 35, Hunter Miska.
So that's the starters for the Grizzlies. Gillette, Friesen, and Lebster each have one thing in common. They have appeared in every game for the Grizzlies this season. It's game 64 of 72, and Gillette, Friesen, and Lebster have each appeared in every game for the Grizzlies. Danny Geneva is the other Grizzly who has appeared in every game this season. So game 64 for the Grizzlies. Gillette, Friesen, Lebster, and Danny Geneva have appeared in every game. The Grizzlies, we'll see if their power play can get back on track with the help of Aiden Hansen-Bukata. He is second among league rookies with 18 power play assists. We mentioned special teams could play a factor here between the Grizzlies and Americans. Utah is 0 for 9 on the power play over their last 4 games. Now let's stand for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walk.
It's a great night for hockey as two big standings points are on the line as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Allen Americans in the opener of a 2-game series. Should be an interesting one this evening, as it usually is when the Grizzlies face the Americans. Got a pretty good goaltending matchup with Hunter Miska getting the start for Utah as a ceremonial puck drop. Luke Manning, team leader for the Grizzlies, as well as Allen's captain, Colton Hargrove. Grizzlies are led by first-year head coach John Buchanan and assistant coach Ryan Anderson. Equipment manager is DJ McFarland. The assistant equipment manager is Miles Stewart. And the head athletic trainer is Brooke Timoney. Frisbee waving the flag at center ice. John Gillette's on that top forward line with Evan Friesen and Reed Webster for the first time. There are 3 different Grizzlies making their Maverick Center debuts, and it's number 17, Cy Leclerc, the New Hampshire product, as well as the St. Louis native Ryan Taylor and St. Cloud State product Ryan Rosborough. 2 referees tonight, Curtis Paré and David Lilly. The linesmen are Craig Peterson and Tyler Keston. Grizzlies are in a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Allen is in a white jersey with red numbers, red lettering in the back, and a little bit of red mixed in. As Evan Friesen will take the draw against Jax Dubois, making his Allen debut. He just signed with the Americans earlier today. Puck is dropped. Allen wins the faceoff. We're underway. Grizzlies skate from right to left as we see it from high top section 114. As Gersoy gets to center ice, and he'll loft it over the head of Hansi Bukata, who's back after spending 4 games with the AHL's Colorado Eagles. He had 1 assist and 2 penalty minutes. As Allen rolls it towards the right point for Sam Sedley. As the Americans are in the offensive zone, Sedley around the boards. Webster tried to cut it off. It bounced off the stick. Danny Kadek played it. Now it goes towards Kadek off his skate and it slides out to center ice. Allen will reset. Grizzlies stay on the ice. The Americans in control 35 seconds in. Kadek's got 31 goals this season. Battles with Friesen as the puck goes towards Allen as they skate towards the corner as the Americans get it back up top. And now left wing siren pass. They try to find Gersoy out in front and it avoids his stick. Colby Enns will push it ahead towards John Gillette. He'll slide it towards the Allen line. The Grizzlies will sneak in their first line change of the game. As Nicholas Nemo's out there with Luke Manning and Danny Genev. And Allen will throw it in from center ice. Colton Hargrove, their captain. He's got 19 goals and 29 assists and a plus 13 rating this year. As Colby McCauley off the stick, he always gives the Grizzlies fits. And McCauley's been outstanding against everybody this year with 20 goals in the season. Genev tried to center it towards Nemo, and it kind of lifted off the stick of Anthony Costantini, number 22, the twin brother of the backup goaltender tonight, Marco Costantini for the Americans. McCauley battles with Salem. Salem's got the puck. He's been a plus performer for the Grizzlies here in the month of March. In fact, all Grizzly players named Luke have been outstanding in March. Puck out to center ice off the stick. It's gathered by Josh Singer, the St. Cloud State product. Also played at Northern Michigan. He'll roll it along the boards. The Americans will race out towards new tries. Maxim Barbashev's off the ice. Rink wide feet connects towards McCauley. Skates him back and shot and a score. And McCauley ran into Hunter Miska on the follow-through as McCauley back end shot past Miska and then ran into Miska after he scored the goal. And Luke Manning is yelling at one of the referees. He believes a penalty should be called to McCauley as Miska's back to his feet. And Colby McCauley, we talked about how much he gives the Grizzlies fits, and he gets the Americans on the board a minute 51 in. So the first shot of the game, as there was a rink-wide feed towards the right. McCauley pretty much had a breakaway, put together a nice move, backhand shot, and then after he took the shot, ran right into Hunter Miska. And Luke Manning was hoping there'd be a penalty of some kind on McCauley, but he took the shot and then ran into Miska afterwards. So it's 1-0 Allen on Colby McCauley's 21st of the year. As Andrew Noel will push it ahead. Noel missed the Indy series. He was on bereavement leave. Hopefully him and his family are doing all right. As Warmoth off the skate of Reed Webster. Braden Watts, the former Wichita Thunder skater. He's now in his second solid season with Allen. Pushed ahead towards Michael Gildon, who has 18 goals and a plus 12 rating this year. Puck goes back into the American zone as Jackson Decker rolls it along the boards. As they'll push it ahead. They've got a Jackson. They've got like 2 or 3 Jacksons do the Allen Americans. It's Gildon, right point. His shot's blocked by Colby Enns. Enns chases after it. Enns gets the puck down the middle of the ice, skates in. Righty shot. Glove saved by Parsons. And then Gildon ran into his own goaltender, toppling Parsons over. But Parsons makes the stop as Colby Inns had a pretty good look. He didn't have a ton of time to put a move on as there was an American on the back check. Enns went glove side, and Parsons made a key save. As you're watching the replay on Flow Sports, as Enns just down the middle, looked like Gildon tried to hook him from behind, and Enns went low, and Parsons made a save, and then Gildon toppled over his own goaltender. So both goaltenders have taken a spill here, and the chairs aren't yet warm, 2.5 minutes in. Both teams have one shot, and both of them were on a breakaway. McCauley scored 151 in, and Colby Inns with a breakaway that was denied by Parsons, 2:34 in. As Allen gets the puck, the goal that was scored by McCauley was assisted by Andre Anania and Michael Gildon. Allen skates in, left wing shot saved by Miska. Now left wing shot, that's blocked by Ryan Taylor, who's wearing number 44. Taylor's got good size at 6'3" and 210 pounds. Allen towards the right wing, skate towards the corner. Righty shot, and that one's blocked away by Hanson Buchanda's stick. That shot was taken by Kevin Gersoy, number 14. Over in the far corner of the Grizzlies zone, Utah skates from right to left here in the first period. Taylor gets head to Rosborough. Ryan Rosborough wearing number 22, Mavericks center debut over to Mike Gillette, over to Rosborough left wing. He'll fire a lefty shot. Blocker saved by Parsons. Puck goes towards the right point. Webster gets it, dancing back and forth. They'll get it to Mike Gillette, the left goal line. Gillette trying to center it towards Josh Singer, and it's picked off. The Americans will loft it. Stays in play as the puck up and out towards the right corner of the Grizzlies zone. Luke Salem throws it around Utah's net as Gersoy throws it back towards the near goal line. Sillinger centers it, and it ricochets off the stick as Jared Sillinger was looking for Harrison Blaisdell out in front. Lucas Sillinger, the son of former NHLer Mike Sillinger. As Allen will make a line change. There's 16:10 on the moving clock here in the first period. Both teams have two shots, and Allen leads 1-0 on Colby McCauley's 21st of the year, a minute 51 in. John Gillette gets up top to Matu Boilar. Back towards Gillette off his stick, and the puck is taken by Jax Dubois, J-A-X, his first name, as Utah centers and it's picked up by Costantini. He'll skip across ice. Boilar chasing after it, and icing is on the Americans as Boilar and Danny Caddick were chasing after the loose puck deep in the Grizzlies zone. So fans take up a Let's Go Grizzlies chant. I've seen a lot of action here early on as we're just getting started. As Americans and Grizzlies dueling here in the first of a two-game set. Thanks for hanging out with us. Pull up a chair and enjoy part of Thursday with us. Grab some chips and dip in a beverage of your choice. And be thankful the weekend is almost here. Luke Manning will take the offensive zone draw. Manning leads the Grizzlies in plus-minus with a +8 rating this year. Utah wins the draws. Genev will pitch it towards the right corner. Nicholas Nemo in the area. It's Nemo's sixth game as a Grizzly. Over to Manning behind the net. Tried to sweep it out in front. Just too many bodies and sticks in the way. As Allen will throw it towards the far corner. Danny Caddick keeps his head up, and he'll loft it out to center ice, ricocheting off of Manning's stick. Now the puck towards Utah ice. Caddick advances. He'll center all alone, and a Neal lefty shot saved by Miska. As the ricochet off Miska's right side. Americans still in the offensive zone. They get it towards Caddick. It's knifed away by Dylan Gratton, one of 7 defensemen for John Buchanan's crew this evening. As Boilar pushes an American in the back, and the puck goes back towards Allen, who's going a skater short, as they've got 11 forwards and 6 defensemen. They're rolling with 17 tonight. Dylan Gratton will pedal towards his left. Now he gets towards neutral ice. Now he spins, pivots, and feeds it across to Boilar. Outlets it to center ice, looking for Manning. It's ricocheted off of Hargrove's stick, and the Grizzlies will pitch it towards Allen ice at the end of a shift as Utah gets 5 fresh skaters on the ice. Utah's had 3 days off after getting a 3-1 victory in Indy on Sunday. As Colby Enns, he gets blasted by Michael Gildon, but Enns moves it ahead. Cy Leclerc, number 17. He'll slide it cross ice to Hanson Buchanna, left wing. AHB rolls it in deep as Parsons off his stick. Zinger delivers a push on Trevor Ladon, number 25 for Allen. Now the puck off a stick and hit the opposite towards McCauley, the goal scorer, ahead to neutralize. Maxim Barbashev, weird to see him in an Allen jersey. Third different team he's been on this in the league. Actually, the third different team he's been on this year. He's with the Grizzlies, also spent some time with Tucson in the AHL. And last week, Tucson took him away from the Grizzlies and reassigned him to Allen. Up ahead to Mike Gillette. He skates down the middle of the ice. The puck slides towards Parson, and Parsons plays the puck off of Gillette. Now it goes towards the near corners. The Americans will slide it ahead. It goes past Zinger as it ricochets off the far board. Zinger gets a loose puck. He'll skate towards the Utah goal line. Now he moves it ahead. Ryan Taylor throws it back towards Utah's corner to Salem, who gets it off the boards. Salem across to Zinger. He's in the far corner. Now bouncing off the skate of an American. Salem gets it off the boards, and he outlets it looking for Ryan Taylor. Taylor believes he got a piece of it. As the Americans slide it out towards center ice, Sillinger gets spun around by a Grizzly. And pitching it in is Rosborough, the big 6'3" forward. As we got 13:21 on a moving clock here in the first period, Allen leads 1-0. Americans have taken 3 shots. Grizzlies have 2. Allen out at center ice. They'll bounce one across. Sedley gets it connected with really good hands. He blows the tire. Andrew Noel gets it ahead to John Gillette. Gillette ahead towards Lepster. Lepster skates towards left wing. Skates in. Looking to go from his backhand to his forehand. He couldn't get a shot off as he got side checked by Gersoy. Now Noel left wing. He'll take a lefty shot. And that goes over Parsons' right shoulder. It stays in play. Allen's got a 2-on-1. Gildon down the middle of the ice. As Grizzlies trail the play, Gildon spins himself over in the right circle. Gets it across. Braden Watts will pitch it in deep. As the Americans get pushed towards the right corner, Gildon takes it. As he'll slide it towards the middle of the ice. Braden Watts lefty shot. Saved by Miska. He bobbles it for a second, but Miska is able to recover in front of the crease as he stops play with 12:35 left in the first. Colby McCauley scored his 21st of the year, a minute 51 in. Allen has outshot Utah 4-3. It's the Americans 1 and the Grizzlies nothing. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Grisby commutes to work by riding UTA. It gives him time to make friends and relax before arriving to the Maverick Center. But how can Grisby keep enjoying that feeling throughout the entire day? An idea! Utah Transit Authority, proud sponsors of the Utah Grizzlies.
Twelve minutes and 35 seconds are left in the first period. Allen leads 1-0. Americans have outshot the Grizzlies 4-3. Just the start of things as draws in the Grizzlies zone after Miska made a key save. As puck now behind Miska's net. As Allen tried to get towards Danny Kadek. It's picked off by Genevieve. He tried to get ahead towards Nemo. Now to the Allen line. Anthony Costantino will push it towards the Americans bench. Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the first period as the puck lifts towards the Utah line. Grizzlies skate out towards center ice. Nemo in the area along with Manning. Manning takes it. He'll skate around a couple American skaters, but lost control of himself as the puck goes back towards the Utah line. Hanson Bugada ahead to Nemo off his stick. Allen gets it back. Gildon down the middle of the ice trying to get around 3 Grizzlies. Gildon sweeps one out in front of ricochets off a stick and off of Miska's stick. As Miska throws to the corner, it's taken by Luke Manning. Manning's pass is picked off. Allen still in the offensive zone. Braden Watts dancing around in the high slot. Manning occupied him as Watts loses control of it, and Genev takes it for Utah. Hanson Bukanda deep in his own zone will slide it across to Colby Enns. Enns will zip it to center ice. It goes past John Gillette. And according to the linesman, Gillette didn't get a piece of it, so icing is on Utah with 11:37 left in the first period. So draw is going to come back towards Hunter Miska. It's kind of a Southern California-style late arriving crowd. Both teams will be off on Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday afternoon is going to be a 3:10 start. So draws over in the left circle. 9th meeting between the clubs this season. Utah is 3-4-1 against Allen this year. Utah is 1-2 here at Maverick Center against the Americans this season. Off the draw, left point, righty shot. Glove saved by Miska as he crouched down and was able to snag it. Shot was taken by Quinn Warmoth, number 2. Warmoth's a big 6'4", 219-pound defenseman. So faceoff's going to be back in the left circle. John Gillette will take it. Actually, it looks like Gillette's coming off the ice. As Evan Friesen will take the draw. Friesen looks towards the slot where he looks at Mikey Colella along with Josh Shinger and John Gillette. Allen's up to 5 shots. Grizzlies have 3 here early on. Allen wins the draw. Warmoth tried to fire towards the net. It's blocked by Colella. As Colella battles with Warmoth, puck goes towards Friesen. 2-on-2. Friesen over the offense line. Drops for Gillette. Now back towards Friesen. Left wing, lefty shot. Saved by Parsons. Friesen tried to shovel it across towards Colella, who couldn't reach it. Puck flies towards center ice. Allen runs it down. It's McCauley, the goal scorer. He stops in the right corner, dangles back and forth, trying to get towards Warmoth, and Salem sticked it away as Allen one-hands it towards the right point. Warmoth's righty shots blocked by John Gillette. John Gillette's among team leaders in blocked shots as he'll skate towards Utah's bench. Warmoth moves it ahead to the middle of the ice and ricochets off the stick of Jack Dubois, making his Allen debut as he signed earlier today. As Allen was in need of a center after losing Spencer Asachuk, and the Americans have struggled in the faceoff circle a little bit, and so Dubois will help in that category. As Utah with a long-range pass angle left, it goes past Rosborough. As the fans stomp their feet near the Allen bench. Grizzlies over the offense line. Rosborough right side, lefty shot, kick saved by Parsons. Rosborough gets it back. He gets pinned to the boards. Rosborough, the St. Cloud State product, a big 6'3" center that's also going to help Utah in faceoffs. Allen towards the center of the ice off the Dubois stick. Ryan Taylor slides it towards the near corner. Dylan Gratton, his brother Tyler, is currently on the injured list with a lower body injury. Dylan Gratton gets it as he played with 3 different colleges. Gratton, he'll slide it off the boards as it goes towards Mike Gillette, but it goes over Gillette, but it got ricocheted at neutral ice, so the Grizzlies will fit in a full line change. We're halfway through the first period. Allen leads 1-0 on Colby McCauley's 21st of the year, 151 in. Allen slides out to center ice, a ricochet off the skate of Lucas Sillinger. As Aiden Hansen-Bucata will roll it in. The puck wobbles on its side like a tire. As Sillinger, as an Allen American skater, fell down. John Gillette will get it deep in the Allen zone. Friesen gets it off the board, skates around Allen's net. He'll pitch up top to AHB. High slot, lefty shot goes wide as John Gillette tried to redirect it as the puck ended up stick side on Parsons. Allen rainbows it to center ice. Colby ends crosses center right wing. He'll fire onto Parsons, and Parsons ricocheted the puck off his left pad. John Gillette over in the right corner as he danced around with Sedley nearby. Puck is knifed away by an American. That's Michael Gildon, who's been a strong two-way forward for Allen this year. Gildon, 6'2", 196 pounds. He's a +12 this season. Ends ahead to Friesen at center ice. Friesen crosses the red line, and he'll loop it ahead as Friesen goes down as Gildon lost his glove. Friesen wants an interference penalty, and the referee was just spectating as if he had a seat in the 5th row. As Allen goes down, as no call was made, as both guys wanted a penalty on the other. Grizzlies slided ahead. It goes past Geneva, and it goes all the way down for a Utah icing. So the whistle blows with 8:47 left in the first. So draw is going to come towards Hunter Miska. We mentioned this is 2 of the better teams offensively in the league. The Grizzlies are 8th in the league, averaging 3.2 goals per game. Allen's in the top 5 in goals per game at 3.5 per contest. As Gildon and Friesen just kind of tangled up. Gildon knocked down Friesen. Gildon lost his glove, and both guys wanted a penalty, and the referee said, let's keep playing. So face-offs over in the left circle, as Manning will take the draw against Colton Hargrove. Left point. Anania will fire lefty shot, saved by Miska in the butterfly position. He holds on with 8:42 left in the first. We know there's a lot of sports and entertainment options out there, especially with the good weather outside. Opening night of the baseball season, as well as college basketball. And the Mammoth are in town taking on Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. We thank everybody who chose the Grizzlies this evening in their battle against the Allen Americans. It's the opener of a 2-game set as Salem throws an American towards the boards. That gets the crowd fired up. Puck towards the right corner. Now Zinger skates around his own net. He'll fire it off the glass. It trickles towards center ice where it's taken by Anania for the Americans. Andre Anania tried to loop it ahead of Salem. It ricocheted off Salem's glove. Zinger plays the puck at the near goal line of the Grizzlies zone. Now he left wings it to Genev. Danny Genev crosses center ice. He'll step over the offensive line. He'll get to the right side. Toe drag. Lefty shot misses high. Genev tried to jump step around an Allen skater. Genev falls down and gets back to his feet. Genev, the favorite for the league Rookie of the Year award, over to Gratton left wing. He fires lefty shot and misses glove side on Parsons. Manning slides it to the far circle. It's taken by Anania. And the Americans will bounce it towards their blue line. Hargrove drops it. It's taken it to Anthony Costantini across the center ice, and he'll skip it in. Puck ricochets off the backboard behind Miska's net. Boilar moves to his right. Boilar was particularly good in the 3-game Indy series. Colella, right side lefty shot blocker saved by Parsons. Puck goes towards Dylan Gratton. He'll whip it around the boards, and the Americans come up with it. Allen spreads the ice. They throw a soft pass to center ice, picked up by Leclerc. Side Leclerc over to Lepser down the middle of the ice. He'll skate in. Righty shot. It ricochets off of Decker onto Parsons, and Parsons was able to make the stop. We mentioned all the Jacksons on the Americans Club. It was off of Jackson Decker onto Jackson Parsons, who made the stop. And they've also got Jax Dubois, who spells his name Jax. It's a little bit of one that can confuse Parsons a little bit with the ricocheting off of Jackson Decker, as Leps are looking for his 31st goal of the year. Grizzlies are up to 9 shots. Allen's taken 6, as there's 7:22 left in the first. Cy Leclerc, the New Hampshire native and the New Hampshire college product, he'll take the draw. This time, though, it's won by Dubois and the Allen Americans. Allen got Dubois partly because of his ability to win faceoffs. Americans sky it from one blue line to the other as Enns gets it ahead. It goes past Lepster. Puck ended up in the air. Sedley gets it, and he'll spin it along towards the near wing as Colella gets towards Lepster in the left corner. Lepster trying to center it to Leclerc, but it's picked off by Allen. Good defensive play by the Americans. And I think that's Danny Kadek, number 9, who's got 31 goals this season. And he's been scoring them in bunches. Hanson Bukata, rink wide feed, angle left towards Leclerc. And Leclerc will sky it in as the Grizzlies are towards the end of a shift. 6:45 on a moving clock here in the first period. Allen leads 1-0. Grizzlies have had some good chances on Jackson Parsons, who's got a .925 save percentage this year. He's also played in 11 AHL games with Belleville. Allen enters from the left wing. Dubois down the middle of the ice. A fire righty shot. Saved by Miska. As Miska got down in the butterfly. As Dubois didn't have a ton of velocity on the righty wrist shot, but Miska was able to hold on. Hunter Miska appeared in 2 games in the Indy series. Unfortunately, from the Grizzlies' perspective, they struggled a little bit on Friday and Saturday night before getting a 3-1 victory. And that was the 3-1 victory was on Sunday in the series finale. It was the final road game in Grizzlies history. As drawn towards the left circle, Rosborough will take it for Utah. Rosborough wins the draw against Blaisdell. We mentioned how Dubois was picked up with his face-off ability, and Rosborough, he can win face-offs in bunches for the Grizzlies, as he's been pretty strong in that category, and this is 4th game in a Utah uniform. Allen will rainbow it out to center ice. It ricochets off Salem's glove, and it's run down by Josh Zinger. Zinger's a pretty strong prospect. He's going to be a good pro for many years to come. Salem ahead towards Rosborough. He'll backhand it into the Allen bench off the stick of Sillinger, and that stops play with 6:03 left in the first. You talk about guys that have built confidence as this year has gone on. You got to look to Luke Salem. He is a +6 in 9 games in the month of March. Salem's been one of Utah's best defensemen all year. He's got a point in 3 of his last 7 games. He has 2 goals and 19 assists on the season. And with all the injuries the Grizzlies have had to defensemen, it's been guys like Salem and Colby Enns who have been there all year long. And they've certainly been solid all season. Friesen will take the draw. It's a neutral zone draw near the Grizzlies bench. The face-off won by the Americans. Allen still leads 1-0 as Colby McCauley scored 151 in. Puck is rolled along the boards. Andrew Noel wearing number 77. He'll spin it along the wall. 77 was previously worn this season by Griffin Ness. Puck towards the Allen zone. Anania just continues to stay in front of Lepster as Anania throws to the right point. As Boilar fires lefty shot. Glove saved by Parsons. And the Allen goaltender holds on. 5:41 left in the first period. Grizzlies have outshot the Americans 9-7. Allen leads 1-0 on Colby McCauley's 21st of the year. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
5 minutes and 41 seconds are left in the first period. As Boilar took a shot from the right point before the timeout. Boilar's out there with Andrew Noel. They've been a pretty spirited defensive pairing, and both guys have been solid over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Frieson's going to take the drives out there with Webster and John Gillette. First time John Gillette has had consistent minutes with those two forwards. As had a few Grizzlies kind of trying to fill the void of Tyler Grant, the Grizzlies captain, who's got 10 power play goals this season. Puck goes to the right corner. Frieson's got it. He has 20 goals this season. Over to Webster, right side. His shot is blocked. It goes into the uniform of Costantini, but it rolls out. Keep him play alive. Maxim Barbashev, weird to see him in an Allen jersey, former Rangers draft pick. Gets it head to Hargrove down the left wing. He centers it towards Barbashev, but it's knifed away by Evan Frieson. Barbashev had a goal in all 3 games in the Tulsa series for the Grizzlies, but then was reassigned to Tucson to the AHL, and then Tucson sent him towards the Allen Americans. Barbashev throws John Gillette towards the glass as Webster pitches it to Frieson right side. Friesen dangling back and forth. He falls down nearby with Anania. Nobody's committed a penalty as of yet. We've been skating 5-on-5 this whole time. Michael Gildon will roll it into the left corner and chase after it. Hanson Buchanan gets it to Janea, back to AHB. Both guys played in the Big Ten last year. AHB with Ohio State, and Janea finishing up a 5-year run at Penn State. Penn State reached the Frozen Four last season. Rink wide feed towards Janea, connects, and he tried to pitch towards the middle of the ice, but it's picked off as Janea really didn't have a shooting angle as Allen had caught up towards him. As taking the puck as ends, he's at the Utah blue line. He'll get it across near Utah's bench. Nemo gets it off the boards. He played at Niagara University this season, did Nemo. He's looking for his first pro goal. Colby Enns outlets it towards the right wing for Manning at center ice. Manning towards Nemo, tried to drop it back for Manning, but Manning was skating the other way. Danny Caddick crosses center ice. He's got an AHL contract with Belleville. As Caddick goes to the right corner, Caddick pushes Enns in the back. Nemo gets it wearing number 8. He'll bounce it across. Colby Enns gets it. He crosses center ice. Now Enns over the offense line. He'll drop it for Manning. Manning right wing lefty shot. Saved by Parsons. And the Allen goaltender holds on in the butterfly with an even 4 minutes left in the first. So Grizzlies with pretty good passing there to create a scoring chance for Luke Manning, who scored a beautiful goal in the second period on Sunday. It turned out to be part of the league's goals of the week that you can see on the league's social media channels. There's a beautiful backhand shot over the right glove of the Indy goaltender. Manning's got 8 goals and 16 assists and a +8 rating this year. Manning's been particularly good here at home this season. So Cy Leclerc will take the draw. Actually, I think that might be Friesen taking the face-off, and it is Friesen with the Grizzlies rolling with an odd number of forwards. They're going to mix and match the forward lines quite a bit here this evening. As Friesen looks like he's kicked out of the face-off circle, and it's going to be Cy Leclerc taking the draw. Leclerc 5'9", 178 pounds. It's his 4th game as a Grizzly off the draw. Salem right side shot ricochets off of Parsons' glove. Allen gets the rebound, and they'll loop it ahead. Puck stays in play along the near boards. Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the frame. Zinger drops for Salem, who skates around Utah's net towards the near side over to Colella, who bounces it to the right wing for Zinger. Zinger over center ice, now steps over the offensive blue. Right side, his righty shots blocked by the stick of Ty Prefontaine, who's a +17 this year, and he's 6'3", 215 pounds. Allen tries to get their way around Friesen. Now from the high slot, they'll just slide it on to Miska, who covers up in the crease, and he stops play with 3:29 left in the first. So both teams will switch up skaters. Draws in the Grizzlies zone. A little bit of a feeling out process between the clubs. Obviously, the Grizzlies made quite a few changes since the last time these teams met, and that was on February 21st in Allen. The Grizzlies lost 2-1. In fact, there was a 2-game series. Both games went in overtime in February. Reed Lepster got the OT game winner on February 20th. Actually, it was Tyler Gratton that scored the OT game winner on February 20th, assisted by Lepster. And then Allen got a 2-1 overtime victory over Utah on February 21st. So it's been quite a few close games among the 8 that have been played between these clubs. It's the 9th game between these teams this season. Grizzlies win the draw. Taylor, he'll skip it ahead. And no icing on the play as Parsons will ricochet the puck off the glass as Dylan Gratton fires it in. Gratton's got a point in 4 of 10 games as a pro. Noel, loose puck as he gets thrown towards the boards by Michael Gildon. Rosborough left wing. He'll throw it to the right corner. Gratton gets it off the boards. He'll skate towards the corner. He tried to center it to Mike Gillette. Now the puck flips high into the air towards the left corner as Mike Gillette being shadowed by Hargrove. Mike Gillette, for the first time as a pro, was named the game's #1 star. And that was on Sunday when he scored 2 third-period goals. That first one was a rebound off a Ryan Taylor shot as Taylor got the main assist for his first pro point. And Rosborough picked up the other assist for his first pro point. turned out to be the game winner 3.5 minutes into the third period. Then Gillette scored an empty netter towards the end. At center ice, Gildon backhands it in. Dylan Gratton chases after it wearing number 25. Gildon loses a stick as he collided with Gratton. The Americans in the offensive zone. Watts rolls it along the boards. Gratton gets there before Gildon. Now the puck trickles. It stays behind Utah's net as Gratton gets double teamed. And joining the play is Andrew Noel as Evan Friesen holds his ground. Lepster looking nearby. 2:10 on a moving clock in the first period. It's still 1-0 Allen. Lepster towards the far side. He gets the puck as both teams spread the ice. Lepster skips it ahead. It goes past John Gillette and all the way down for a Utah icing as there's an even 2 minutes left in the first period. So we mentioned all the close games these teams have played against each other. In late November and early December, these teams played 6 consecutive games against each other. Utah ended up winning the third game of the 3-game series in both occasions. The Grizzlies this season against Allen have a 3-4-1 record. First game of a series, it's a 2-game series. The Grizzlies are 11-9-2 in the first game of a series this season. Draws in the left circle, Friesen. He's been out there a ton. Friesen's played an insane amount of minutes here in the first period. Allen wins the draw. Stick goes twirling in the air. Left wing shot saved by Miska. And now a little bit of pushing after the whistle. And, of course, Andrew Noel's involved as he was getting after it with an American in front of Miska's net. There was a stick that was twirling high into the air in the high slot. And I think everybody was watching that. And Allen took a shot from the left wing. Miska made the save with some traffic nearby. And it looked like it was Braden Watts just flipping the stick of Dylan Gratton high in the air. And then Allen took the shot, and Noel protecting his goaltender, getting after it with Danny Kadek. So Luke Manning will take the draw. I got to imagine the centers for the Grizzlies, whether it's Friesen, Manning, or LeClaire, are going to see a ton of ice time here this evening, as well as Ryan Rosborough. As Manning takes the draw, he's in a second full season as a pro, the Air Force and St. Thomas product. Allen wins the draw as over to the right side, Costantini fires towards the net blocker, saved by Miska, and the puck flies out of play towards Grisby as there's 1:48 left in the first. We got to congratulate Grisby during the Grizzlies' last home game, which was on March 15th. We had K-Bear weddings on ice, and there was 20 couples getting married, and then Grisby, he also got married on March 15th, so congratulations to Grisby. It was certainly a long time coming, and we're certainly proud of him. As Allen wins the draw, Costantini slides in the middle of the ice. Braden Watts fires lefty shot and goes over the crossbar. Allen tried to spin it out in front to Gildon, but it was behind him. Racing out towards neutral ice is Nemo before he lost control of the puck. As Allen has it deep in their own zone, Costantini gets nudged in the back by Genev. As Kadek gets pushed by Manning. As Allen races towards the middle of the ice, stepping over the offense lines and Ania. But it looks like the Americans are offside as the Eagle Eye linesman spotted an American coming in before the puck. 1:25 left in the first. Curtis Pare and David Lilly are the referees. Craig Peterson and Tyler Keston are the linesmen. So John Gillette will take Gillette's on the ice, but it's Friesen taking the face-off. Reed Lepster, Luke Manning, and Luke Salem each have A's on their sweaters. For the Allen Americans, Colton Hargrove's the captain. Harrison Blaisdell and Braden Watts each have A's on their white sweaters this evening. As Friesen will take the draw. It's been a very solid first year for Friesen, who has 20 goals and 17 assists on the year. Played in the WHL with the Wenatchee Wild. Utah wins the draw. Salem across towards Boilar. Both guys sporting facial hair. Boilar head passes behind Friesen and all the way down for Utah icing. Tonight, we're proud to recognize Friends for Sight, a Utah nonprofit that's been helping children across vision care for nearly 70 years. They're helping children access vision care for nearly 70 years through traveling pop-up vision clinics, school vision screenings, and on-site eye exams. Friends for Sight brings care and prescription glasses directly into communities and schools across the state, removing barriers like cost, transportation, and limited access to care. So we certainly thank Friends for Sight for being here at Maverick Center as they're the nonprofit of the night. Right wing, Hargrove lefty shot, and that's blocked by a stick. As Blaisdell behind the net gets towards Hargrove, it gets pinned by Salem.
Remaining in the first period.
Thank you, Mark Larson. There's less than 1 minute left. McCauley gets it towards the left wing, and it ricochets off the stick of Prefontaine. Puck ricochets off the boards towards the near side. Loose puck taken by Gillette. No fire it off the backside of McCauley, as Allen will push it back towards their blue line. So it's great to have Friends for Sight here, the nonprofit of the night at Maverick Center, as they've been helping children access vision care here in the Utah area for 70 years. As Allen towards center ice, as Sedley down the middle. Now move it to his left over the line. Hargrove trying to get back to Sedley on the give and go. And a ricochet off Miska. Puck stays alive. Sedley down the middle. Now he falls down. Drops it for the high slot. Lefty shot. That's blocked. As Grizzlies race out to center ice. Luke Manning crosses center. He'll bounce it off a Sedley skate. Waller over the line. 12 seconds left in the period. High slot. Lefty shot. Ricochets off of Parsons' glove. And Allen will loop it ahead as the puck twirls in the air. Gratton will fire it towards the Allen's bench. 3 seconds left, and then we'll do it for 20 minutes here at Maverick Center. As Colby McCauley found the back of the net, 1:51 in, assisted by Michael Gildon and Andre Anania. It was a rink-wide pass towards McCauley over in the right wing, and McCauley had a breakaway, fired a backhand shot past Miska, and then after he took the shot, rammed right into the Utah goaltender. And that made it a 1-0 game, and that's where we sit after 20 minutes. And we talked about how special teams could play a factor in this game. However, there wasn't a single penalty called on either side in the first period. So we'll skate 5-on-5 to start the second frame. In terms of shots, Grizzlies had 12 and Allen had 10 in the first period. We'll come back and talk some hockey and recap the first 20 minutes. We'll also go over a very busy Thursday in the world of sports. It's the Allen Americans 1 and the Utah Grizzlies yet to score. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to flowhockey.tv.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We're after 20 minutes here at Maverick Center as the Snow College Badgerettes are here at Maverick Center. Boy, they had to drive a long way from Snow College here to the Salt Lake Valley, but it's great to have them here. The lone goal of the game was scored 1:51 in as Colby McCauley found the back of the net for the 21st time this season. Michael Gildon and Andre Anania with the assist, although oddly enough, the ECHL app, their box score said the goal was scored 1:13 in, but we do know it was 1:51 in. As McCauley, we just about before he scored the goal, maybe about 10 seconds before he scored, we had talked about how McCauley over the years, whether it's in his time with the Allen Americans or when he was with the Idaho Steelheads, for whatever reason, he seems to be a Grizzly killer in the same way that Eddie Johnson, the former small forward, was a Utah Jazz killer in the 1990s. Every time McCauley plays against the Grizzlies, it seems like he does good things. That's the lone goal of the game. There wasn't a single penalty committed. Grizzlies had 12 shots and Allen had 10 in the first period. And for the Grizzlies, it was a very balanced attack in terms of shots. Colby Enns and Ryan Rosborough each had 2 first-period shots, and then 8 other Grizzlies with 1 shot each. Oddly enough, Danny Genev, who leads the league in shots on goal with 254, he didn't have a shot in the first period. Reed Lepster had 1. Aiden Hansen-Bucata in his first game back after spending 4 games with the AHL's Colorado Eagles. He's got 1 shot and an even plus-minus, and he's even in the plus-minus category. Jackson Parsons, the Allen goaltender, he stopped all 12 first-period shots, and Hunter Miska, he saved 9 of 10 for the Grizzlies in the first period. And so that's pretty much the story. We'll go over the stats of the first period here shortly. There's one other game in the league this evening, and that was played at Gas South Arena in Duluth, Georgia, where Guy Carenza, Jared Youngman's Atlanta Gladiators get a 3-1 victory over the Orlando Solar Bears. Atlanta has already clinched a playoff spot in the South Division as their record goes to 40, 19-2-1 on the season. Young, O'Brien, and Isaac Walter each scored for Atlanta. Codsey had the lone goal for the Orlando Solar Bears. Florida, South Carolina, and Atlanta have each clinched a playoff spot. And with the Atlanta victory, they are now tied with South Carolina for second place in the South Division, as both clubs have 83 standings points on the season. So that's a lone game in the league. So it's not a very busy night in this league, but it is a very busy night in the world of sports. We've got NHL action. We've got college basketball, and we've got opening day baseball action. And so a lot of stuff is happening in the world of sports. In the National Hockey League, the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, are in action. They are in Winnipeg, and after 2 periods, Avalanche and Jets are tied at 1. Jack Drury scored 17:40 into the first period. That tied it up as earlier in that frame, Mark Scheifele scored his 33rd of the year for Winnipeg. So after 2 periods, Avalanche and Jets are tied at 1. Late first period over at Delta Center, it's Dylan Gunther with 2 goals as he's picked up goals number 35 and 36 on the season, as Washington scored 2:07 into the first period to take a 2-1 lead. And then Dylan Gunther scored a power play goal assisted by Keller and Sergachev, 13:04 in. And then Gunther got his second of the first period, 16:59 in, also assisted by Keller and Sergachev. So all 3 of those Mammoth superstars have 2 points in the first period. Gunther with 2 goals, Keller and Sergachev with 2 assists. So that one just ended up, the first period just ended. Mammoth outshot Washington 9-8 in the first period. After 2 frames, Blues lead the Sharks 1-0. Also after 2 periods, Devils and Predators are tied at 2. After 20 minutes over in Calgary, no score between the Ducks and Flames. Late first period, no score between the Oilers and Golden Knights. Getting underway at 8 o'clock, the Kings are at the Canucks. A few games have gone final across the National Hockey League. Canadians over the Blue Jackets 2-1. Penguins get a 4-3 shootout victory over the Senators. As not sure who got the shootout game winner, as I believe that game just barely went final, as Pittsburgh gets a 4-3 win over Ottawa. Other finals in the NHL in overtime, the Kraken get a 4-3 victory over the Lightning as Brandon Montour scored the OT game winner. It was his 10th of the year. Let's see how Charles Edward Dastu did, the Grizzlies legend, who's one of the Tampa Bay defensemen. Tonight, Dastu, let's see, he had 2 assists. So a multiple-point game for the Grizzly superstar, Charles Edward Dastu, who was the league's defenseman of the year during the 2021-22 season. He had 2 points. Both of them were assists. He was even in the plus-minus category. Dastu played 21 minutes and 23 seconds. He appeared in 27 shifts. He had 1 shot. He blocked 1. He had 1 hit, 1 giveaway, and 1 takeaway. So pretty busy night for Charles Edward Dastu, who's wearing number 51 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He wore number 45 in a Grizzlies uniform, and he set a Grizzly and league single-season playoff record. He had 19 goals in the 2022 Kelly Cup playoffs. Dastu with 2 assists for the Lightning tonight, and they're a 4-3 overtime loss to the Seattle Kraken. Wild get a 3-2 victory over the Panthers. Minnesota's going to be an interesting one to watch come playoff time. Islanders over the Stars 2-1 as the Stars have lost a few games as of late. And the Flyers get a 5-1 victory over the Chicago Blackhawks. So a very busy night of hockey in the National Hockey League, although there's only one other game in the league the Grizzlies call home. When we come back, we'll go over some other scores from around the world of sports. We'll also go over some first period stats here at Maverick Center, as the lone goal was scored by Colby McCauley a minute 51 in. Neither team committed a penalty in the first period, and Utah outshot Allen 12-10. First intermission coverage continues here on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
First intermission here at Maverick Center. Allen leads Utah 1-0. Grizz with a 12-10 shot advantage. In college basketball, Sweet 16 action in the West region, second seed Purdue gets a 79-77 victory over 11 seed Texas. So Purdue advances to the Elite Eight. In the South region, Iowa defeats Nebraska 77-71. So Iowa, who was a 9 seed, they defeated Florida on Sunday, and Iowa defeats Nebraska in a Big Ten showdown as the Hawkeyes go to the Elite Eight. Getting underway in a few minutes, Illinois is taking on Houston in the South region. And in the West region, the top seed Arizona Wildcats take on John Calipari and the Arkansas Razorbacks. It's opening night in Major League Baseball, although last night the New York Yankees opened up their season with a 7-0 victory over the San Francisco Giants. The shocker earlier today was the first game of the day where Pittsburgh Pirates ace Paul Skeens, maybe the best pitcher in all of baseball. You can argue about Skubal of the Tigers. Paul Skeens went 2/3 of an inning, allowing 5 runs. That's right, Skeens did not get past the first inning. Mets defeated the Pirates 11-7. The Mets are now 42-23 all time in regular season openers. The Brewers opened up a can on the Chicago White Sox 14-2 as Milwaukee wins their opener. How about this one for a score? The Washington Nationals. I bet you can't name 5 players on the Nationals right now. However, they defeat the Cubs 10-4. Orioles get a 2-1 victory over the Twins, as that one didn't have much scoring. Baltimore had 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Minnesota had 1 run in the top of the 8th. Orioles 2, Twins 1. Red Sox shut out the Reds 3-0. And 3-0 was the same score. Angels get a 3-0 shutout over the Astros. Tigers get a big first inning where they scored 4 runs. Tigers over the Padres in a rematch of the 1984 World Series. 8-2 is the final there. The Tigers won the 84 World Series 4-1. And you think about Kirk Gibson, and when you think of Kirk Gibson, you think about that 1988 Game 1 home run off of Dennis Eckersley. However, in Game 5 of the 1984 World Series, Kirk Gibson hit 2 home runs in the championship clincher. Cardinals defeat the Rays 9-7. Phillies defeat the Rangers 5-3. One game in progress on national TV in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dodgers lead the Diamondbacks 3-2. Here at Maverick Center, Allen has a 1-0 lead. It was a very basic run-of-the-mill first period. Utah had 6 scoring chances. Allen had 5. You talked about the faceoff battle. It looked like Allen had won their fair share. However, the Grizzlies had 11 faceoff wins, and Allen had 9 in the first period. Neither team had a power play. Grizzlies had 3 hits. Allen had 4. Utah with 4 giveaways, and Allen had 2 in the first period. So we'll see if the Grizzlies can get things rolling here in the second period. Utah has missed quite a few forwards, and we never did go over the scratches for the Grizzlies, and there's quite a few of them. As Luke Antonacci's out of the lineup, and that's certainly big because he's a +7 this year And all three Lukes for the Grizzlies have been outstanding in the plus-minus category as of late. Luke Manning is a +8 this season, which leads the Grizzlies. He is a +7 in his last 8 games. How about Luke Antonacci? He's a +9 in his last 8 games, but he's out due to an upper body injury. And Luke Salem is a +6 in his last 9 games. So all three of those Grizzly players, all of them named Luke, have been outstanding in the plus-minus category. Antonacci's, though, is out tonight. Robbie Stucker's also out of the lineup, as well as Stepan Timofeyev, Riley Connors, Sage Weinstein, Rylan Kovacevic, Yaroslav Yevdokimov, Noah Gansky, and the captain, Tyler Gratton. If you're watching on Flow Sports, there's the first period stats that we're talking about. Grizzlies with 6 scoring chances. Allen had 5. The best shot that the Grizzlies had in the first period was right down the middle. It was a Colbien's breakaway. He fired a low liner that was gloved by Jackson Parsons. In terms of shots on goal, Grizzlies with 12, Allen with 10. Neither team had a power play. Allen had 4 hits. Grizzlies had 3. And giveaways, Grizzlies had 4, and Allen had 3 in the first period. So we'll see what happens here in the second, as obviously it's the first of 2 games here at Maverick Center this weekend, as both teams will be off on Friday and Saturdays. There's a concert each night in the building. Sunday afternoon is going to be a 3:10 start. And then the Grizzlies next week will have a 3-game series against the Wichita Thunder. That's a Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday series, April 1st, 3rd, and 4th. And remember, April 4th is going to be Star Wars night, as the 3 Lukes will use the Force to try to defeat the evil empire, the Wichita Thunder. And then Idaho is going to be in town for a rare Tuesday game, April 7th. That's a makeup of the December 27th game that was postponed due to the strike. And then the final 3-game series in team history is going to be on April 10th and 11th at 7 o'clock against Rapid City. And the final game is going to be on Sunday, April 12th. That's going to be a 3:10 start. Remember, Saturday, April 11th is going to be Fan Appreciation Night. We'll come back and have second period action as Utah's still looking for their first goal. Allen leads 1-0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Welcome back here to Maverick Center. If you're watching on Flow Sports, there's John Mechanic, the Grizzlies' first-year head coach. Ryan Anderson talking nearby as Danny Genev looks near the Grizzlies' bench. Utah will start the second period with a forward line of Danny Genev with Luke Manning and Nicholas Nemo. A defensive pairing of Aiden Hansen-Yukata and Colby Enns. As John Mechanic in a very sharp-looking suit Grizzlies took a team photo yesterday, and hopefully those team photos will start circulating on social media and on posters and things of that regard. Grizzlies will skate from left to right as we see it from high top section 114 as Manning takes a draw against Michael Gildon, who had a first period assist on the Colby McCauley goal, 1:51 into the first period. So it's 1-0 Allen. Puck is dropped, and the referee says, let's do it over again. There's actually two referees tonight. Curtis Pares at center ice dropping the puck. David Lilly's the other referee. The linesmen are Craig Peterson and Tyler Keston. Grizzlies won the face-off battle 11-9 in the first period. As they got to reset the clock, they still have it with no time left in the first period, as they have yet to put 20 minutes on the stadium scoreboard clock. And now there's 20 minutes. And which period is it? Right now they've still got it listed as the first period. Puck is won by Utah. We're underway. Colby Enns gets it head towards Nemo off his stick. As Manning slides it to Genev, fires to Nemo off his stick, and Danny Caddick will one-handed deep towards Grizzlies ice. AHB runs it down in the right corner. Still slide it behind Utah's net for Enns off his stick. Gildon swings and misses from the left corner. As now Gildon gets it back, he gets some lumber on the side from Nicholas Nemo. Genev races out to center ice before it's sticked away by Sedley. As striding after it's Genev, he'll bouncing off of Caddick on towards Jackson Parsons, who keeps the play alive here on this fresh sheet of ice. Anson Buchanan, left point, lefty shot, save, rebound out in front. Ricochets off a couple sticks. Caddick gets tripped up by Genev in the right corner, no call. Neither team's committed a penalty here so far tonight. Manning sweeps it out in front for Nemo, but it's sticked away by Allen. As the Americans lose control of the puck, Colby Enns swings and misses. It looks like the ice is having a tough time settling and freezing. A lot of water on the ice. Watts sweeps one in front. It was overled for Gildon, who couldn't reach it. Puck goes out to center ice. Anania back in his own zone. Left wings it towards Ty Prefontaine. As it does look like the ice is a little bit light and soft and a little bit watery. As it has been particularly warm here in the Maverick Center building, almost like it was Boston Garden. Boston Garden didn't have any air conditioning, and the temperature got to be pretty warm. Hargrove took a spill as a Grizzly knocked him over in the slot, and it might be high sticking, as it looks like the officials are taking a look at the face of Colton Hargrove. Is it 2 minutes or is it 4 minutes? Looks like it's a 2-minute penalty, and Allen's going to get a power play for the first time tonight as Hargrove got hit in the slot by a Grizzly stick. Who's the penalty on? Looks like it might, well, I thought it might be Josh Zinger, but instead it's Reed Lepster going to the box. Lepster gets 2 minutes for high sticking, 1:23 into the second period. Allen's power play is 20.6% on the season. As Lepster tried to go after the loose puck, he tried to lift Hargrove's stick and instead, boop, got Hargrove right in the face. So Hargrove will take the draw against Evan Friesen. Colton Hargrove, 19 goals and a plus 13 rating on the year. Watch out for him on Allen's power play. Danny Caddick has 10 power play goals this season. Sam Sedley has 22 power play assists. Colby McCauley, 5 power play goals. He's on the ice. Puck goes right to McCauley in the left point. As McCauley skates towards the left corner, gets up top to Anania, who's in the left point. They'll move it across to Hargrove, dangling back and forth back to McCauley off his stick. As looked like McCauley tried to chip it towards the slot. Puck goes out to center ice. As Anania will back it out into his own zone as he's being challenged by John Gillette. Puck goes towards Evan Friesen, and he'll slide it towards Parsons. As Gillette and Friesen will come off the ice. As Allen skating from right to left here in the period. Anania, he'll drop it back for McCauley across the center ice. McCauley has the game's lone goal, 1:51 into the first period. McCauley gets it knifed away by Mike Gillette. Puck goes towards the left wing. Anania gets it, and the ice looks like it's really having a tough time. Allen tries to skate in, but Colton Hargrove was closer to Miska than he was the blue line. So the Americans are offside with 17:56 left in the second. As I mentioned, it's been particularly warm here in the building, almost as if it's Boston Garden. And Boston Garden didn't have any air conditioning, and there was times there when the Boston Celtics and Boston Bruins were in the playoffs, and it was like a sauna. And so it looks like the ice is having a tough time kind of settling in here in the second period. A lot of water and softness on the ice. Now Allen gets the puck as Gersoy throws it past Caddick. Now Sedley, who's got 22 power play assists, over to Gildon. They'll skate towards the left corner. He'll slide it back to Sedley, who directs it towards the right wing. As dancing back and forth is Braden Watts. He gets challenged by Genev. Allen takes control as Gersoy skates towards the left point to lay it for Gildon. As Gildon gets up top, Sedley over towards right wing. Wutzheimer, and ricochets off of Miska's chest, and the Grizzlies will direct it out. As the puck rolls along the far wing boards. 43 seconds left in Allen's power play. It's their first of the night. 20.6%. They're in the top 10 in the league on the power play. As Watts crosses center ice, gets over the offense line, tries to slither his way around AHB. Now Gildon down the middle, back and shot, saved by Miska. Gildon gets it back. He'll throw it up top. Sedley over towards Watts. He'll fire a lefty shot, stick save by Miska, and the puck goes out of play with an even 17 minutes left in the second. Boy, Watts tried to roof it right over the right shoulder of Miska, but the Grizzly goaltender was able to get a stick in the way. So both teams will switch up skaters. There's now 23 seconds left in Allen's power play. As Watts, he's been an established goal scorer for many years, and Miska just kind of extended his right blocker, but we did hear the sound of the stick as it got more stick than blocker. As Hunter Miska so far tonight has stopped 11 of 12. Hargrove will take the face-off for Allen against Colby Enns. As Utah gets the puck, John Gillette gets around two Americans, skates towards the right side. He collides with Sedley. As 15 seconds are left in Allen's power play, now McCauley gets it. Allen in the transition game, 3-on-2 cross center ice. McCauley over the offense line, gets to the middle of the ice to try to chip it out in front. Scramble play as it goes towards left goal line. Blaisdell will ricochet off the Dylan Gratton's stick. Lepster comes out of the box right now. Successful penalty kill. Hargrove fakes a one-timer. He's in the right wing. He'll slide it to the right goal line. As the Americans get it back up top to Hargrove, he fires lefty shot, saved by Miska. And he holds on with 16:26 left in the second as Dylan Gratton was battling in front of the net with Colby McCauley. So good penalty kill by the Grizzlies. Watts had that nice shot from the left wing that ricocheted on Miska's stick. That was probably the best look that Allen had on their power play. So both teams have 13 shots as we're here early in the second period. Americans lead 1-0. The lone goal was scored by Colby McCauley, 1:51 into the first on Allen's first shot of the game. So face-off won by the Americans. Quinn Warmuth, right side, righty shot, and that one stick out of play off the protective netting. So face-off's going to be back in the Grizzlies zone in the right circle. One other game in the league this evening. The Atlanta Gladiators get a 3-1 victory over the Orlando Solar Bears. Jax Dubois making his pro debut for Allen. At least it's his Americans debut. He just signed earlier today. As Dubois normally wins a lot of face-offs. Puck ends up over in the corner. Hard to tell who won that face-off as both teams jostle for positioning. Puck goes towards Dubois. He gets pushed in the back by Rosborough. Enns joins the play. Enns now battles with Dubois. Dubois overskates it. Enns gets hit in the back. Dubois over in the left corner. As he'll skate towards the point now, slide it across. Jackson Decker, number 21. He'll slide it ahead, about 10 feet in front of him. Now the puck goes towards Mike Gillette, who moves it across. Ryan Taylor, the St. Louis native, he'll move it across. As Taylor, during the Booster Club party, was wearing a St. Louis Cardinals hat. As Rosborough will pitch it in. It goes over the head of Parsons, ricocheting off the boards. Taylor gets up top, but the Grizzlies are making a change, so it just bounced off the cylinder stick. Zinger across towards Salem, who pushes a blue line to blue line pass off a Gillette stick. Puck goes towards Allen. As the Americans will sweep it ahead, it goes past Sillinger, but it got redirected by either Sillinger or Zinger, so no icing. Allen makes a line change. Grizzlies towards neutral ice. He'll pitch it behind Kallela. Zinger chases after it, gets it at the Allen line. He'll nudge it to the corner. Kallela accelerates after the puck in the right corner. As he continues his battle, Anthony Costantini rolls from one corner to the other. Caddick hits Salem in the back. Manning behind Allen's net. They'll skate around the net towards the right side, try to get towards Kallela. Ricochet off his stick, and the puck will wobble on its side towards the Utah blue line. Run down by Zinger. Zinger ahead, tape to tape to Leclerc, who throws to the corner. Leclerc battles with an American skater in the right corner. It's taken by Anania for Allen. Allen's affiliated with the Ottawa Senators and the Belleville Senators. They cross center ice. Caddick over the offense line. Centers it towards Watts. Backhand shot. Saved by Miska. Puck stays alive. Boy, Hunter Miska's been solid here after allowing the first period goal to Colby McCauley a minute 51 in. As Miska saved 13 straight. Anania collides with Leclerc in the left point of the Grizzly zone. That's the near side. Now the puck will go back towards Allen Ice. Run down by Caddick, who's got 31 goals this season. Caddick's also spent some time in the American Hockey League with Belleville. Anania keeps his head up, and he'll direct it as it goes past Caddick and past Hargrove. Miska plays behind his net, and he'll drop it for Boiler. Scored his first league goal on Friday in a 4-1 loss to Indy. Friesen over the line left wing, skates towards the point, gets around Sedley. Friesen chips it around towards Gillette off his stick. Gillette gets the puck back, try to get to the point, but the only guy there was an American. As John Gillette, he gets belted by Colton Hargrove at neutral ice. Gillette back to his feet. Allen skates around their net. You can tell the ice is having a tough time getting towards a frozen level, as there's more water than ice and snow coming up after the stop by an Allen skater behind their own net. Friesen over the offensive line, fakes it to Genev. Friesen towards Lebster, as Lebster back towards Friesen right side. Friesen gets hit and toppled over by Dubois. Lebster keeps it in from the right wing over towards Genev. He's in the right corner. Genev across towards Friesen, lefty shot, kick save by Parsons. And Allen tried to slide it back towards our goaltender to cover up. It stays in play. Genev up top to Enns, right point. Righty shot, kick save by Parsons off his left ankle. Genev back towards Enns, who had 2 first-period shots. Enns to Genev, who gets double-teamed. Genev has a roll off his stick, and Blaisdell sweeping out to center ice. Enns whips it around the boards. Grizzlies switch up skaters. Lebster lets it go as the Grizzlies were in the middle of a change, as he was worried that maybe Utah get called for too many. As Friesen, or make that zinger, delivers a hit on the back of Maxim Barbashev. We're to see him in an Allen jersey, wore number 992 for Utah this season. As I even see a couple of Barbashev jerseys in the stands here at Maverick Center, the former Rangers draft pick. Barbashev gets it to Gorsoy over in the left corner. Gorsoy takes a spill as he got hit by Manning. Is over to the left wing. Dubois being shadowed by Zinger, as Dubois tries to shield Zinger from the puck. Trevor Ledon around the boards. Allen behind Miska's net. They dangle back and forth towards the left wing. Look for a siren pass to Dubois. He shovels towards the net. Miska makes the save. 12:23 left in the second period. Allen leads 1-0. Nobody has scored here so far in the second period. Grizzlies had 1 successful penalty kill. It's Allen 1, Utah 0, with 12:23 left in the second. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Grisby commutes to work by riding UTA. It gives him time to make friends and relax before arriving to the Maverick Center. But how can Grisby keep enjoying that feeling throughout the entire day? An idea! Utah Transit Authority, proud sponsors of the Utah Grizzlies.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
12 minutes and 23 seconds are left in the second period. Draws in the Grizzlies zone. Both teams have 15 shots, and the difference in the game is Colby McCauley's 21st of the year. He scored a minute 51 into the first period. And that was the first shot taken by Allen, as Miska stopped the last 14. It is particularly warm here in the building, and so the ice surface having a tough time kind of freezing, as we've seen a little bit more water than snow on the ice, as both teams trying to jump stop. As Utah wins the draw, Noel skates around his net and gets it towards Genev, who races to neutralize. Genev, the first-year pro out of Penn State, strides over the offensive line, skates towards his right. He swings and misses, and his stick breaks. As Genev will skate towards the bench at the end of his shift as he gets a new stick from DJ McFarland. Caddick, left wing, slides to the left goal line. Allen taps it in front, and it's cleared out. Good defensive play by Utah as it goes all the way down for Grizzlies icing with 11:57 left in the second. As Genev gets a new stick from DJ McFarland, the head equipment manager, as the stick is laying in two. We've seen a lot of broken sticks. Reed Lebster actually broke one during morning skate. I think we say that every year, almost as if it's a particularly high number of sticks being broken. But this year, it seems like we've seen quite a few twigs breaking too. Manning will take the face-off against Gildon, as we got a pretty good Thursday night crowd here at Maverick Center. I would say a typical Thursday night crowd, but we don't typically have Thursday home games. It's the second Thursday home game this season, but before that, it's been many years since the Grizzlies had a home game on a Thursday. As puck bounces off a couple sticks, Gildon wraparound shot saved by Miska. Puck slides towards Utah's backboard. Now up top to Ledon, who fakes a shot. He'll get it towards Quinn Warmoth. Now to Watts, back to Warmoth. He fires the righty shot, and it's blocked by Noel. And the puck will trickle back towards Jackson Parsons, who keeps the play alive, and he'll skate behind his net and outlet it to Trevor Ledon along the near side. Ledon has it hipping up over his stick. He gets it back and tattoos it off the boards. Rosborough at center ice. He loses his balance. Ledon trying to find the puck, and Rosborough will dump it towards the left corner. Warmoth twirls it in the air. It's gloved and dropped by Mike Gillette. Gillette trying to get it towards Taylor, but just too many sticks and skates in the way. Rosborough in the right corner. He gets a good back check from Ledon as Dubois takes the puck as he bounced Mike Gillette to the wall. Puck still in the Allen zone as Dubois will stride out to center ice. Jack's first name, 6'4" forward. Skates over the offense line. Right wing, righty shot blocker saved by Miska. As Dubois gets after the loose puck, looks like he was a pretty good addition by the Americans. As Dubois skates towards the right side, shielding Mikey Colella from the puck. As Dubois gets behind Utah's net. As Dylan Gratton delivers a battle on Lucas Sillinger. Sillinger, no goals in 17 games. He has 5 assists. Puck goes up top now across to Anania in the left wing. He'll get to the high slot, teeing it up. One-timer by Sillinger misses wide. That one landed around Provo. As Allen towards the far corner, Hargrove in the area. Now behind Utah's net, Rosborough. He gets a good stick in the back from Gersoy. Boilard joins the play as he gets physical with Gersoy. Allen gets the puck in the right wing. They'll slide it across to Anania off his stick. Anania will bounce to the left corner as Hargrove gets pinned by Gratton. As Hargrove just kicked it towards his right. Now Sillinger gets it to the high slot. As Costantini right point. He fires a righty shot. Saved by Miska in the butterfly position. And he will hold on as the Americans had the puck in the offensive zone for quite a while. Allen's up to 18 shots. Grizzlies have 15. Utah had a successful penalty kill early in the second period. And the lone goal of the game was scored by Colby McCauley a minute 51 in. So statistically, there isn't a ton yet to report here of the story of the game. As both the Grizzlies and Americans, they've been looking to improve defensively from last year, where they were the bottom 2 teams defensively in the league in a few statistical categories. Leading the Grizzlies in shots is Colby Enns. He's got 3. Friesen, Hansen Bukata, and Rosborough each have 2 shots. And if you joined us late, Aiden Hansen Bukata returned to the Grizzlies after a 4-game stint with the Colorado Eagles. Geneva over the offense line, 2-on-2, left wing. Trying to center it towards LeClaire, and it's poked away on a good defensive play by Ty Prefontaine. As Prefontaine got a pat in the back from his defensive partner. As Manning over the line tried to split a double team, and it's tapped away by Costantini. As Prefontaine gets it head off the boards to McCauley. McCauley tried to center it, but it bounced over the stick of Hargrove. As Americans up top, Prefontaine lefty shot, saved by Miska, who just collected it in the breadbasket near the Grizzly logo in the front of his jersey. As there's 9:32 left in the second. Allen's up to 19 shots, and Miska has saved the last 18 he has seen. Grizzlies have been outshot 9-3 so far in this second period. Allen right now is in third place in the Mountain Division with 71 standings points and a record of 33, 23, and 5. They're 4 points ahead of Tahoe, who currently occupies the 4 seed. And that's certainly important as the top 4 teams in each division reach the playoffs. Allen wins the draw. Blaisdell gets double teamed. He'll throw it up top as Lepster cuts in front of Prefontaine. Puck goes back to the corner. Blaisdell gloves and drops it. He's being shadowed by Friesen. Salem joins the play. It's tapped away. McCauley in the left corner. Up top to Prefontaine to the middle of the ice as Sedley dances around. Sam Sedley's in the left point. Stops. Sees surrounded by Lepster. Sedley back to Prefontaine. Over to Sedley off his stick. And the puck goes towards Luke Salem, who will stride out to center ice. Salem over the offensive line. Gets around Blaisdell. Salem goes towards the left corner. That's where the puck ended up. Salem loses his balance. Arm is raised by the referee. Holding's going to be the call. And I think Utah's going to get their first power play of the night. As there's 8 minutes and 59 seconds left in the second period. It looks like Harrison Blaisdell is going to go to the box. 2 minutes for Holding. As he looks up at the video board, he's hoping to see a replay to see what he did wrong. As Salem lost his balance skating towards the corners, the puck drifted around him. Then Blaisdell just kind of nudged Salem towards the ice. And Blaisdell could probably argue that Salem's momentum was carrying him towards that spot anyway. Friesen will take the draw. He's got Lepster to his left and Manning to his right. Up top is Hansen Bukata and Danny Genev. And watch out for Genev and Hansen Bukata as distributors. Utah wins the draw. AHB's got 18 power play assists. As he tried to throw it to the corner for Friesen, it's picked off by Hargrove, who anticipated the play, and Hargrove clears it out. Genev has 2 power play goals and 20 power play assists on the year. Hanson Bukata, 18 power play assists. He'll get to center ice, does AHB. Over to Manning. Back to Geneva in the middle of the ice. He crosses the center red line, gets around Watts. Geneva over the line, dangles back and forth. He'll slide it towards Manning in the right wing. Manning skates towards the corner. Stop before he gets there. McCauley has it bat about waist high off his stick, and it goes out of play into row 4 of section 125. Where somebody in a Salt Lake Golden Eagles throwback jersey is looking for the puck. He can't find it, though, as he's looking around a couple seats. They still can't find the puck as the scramble continues in section 125. So same 5 on the ice. Grizzlies have the 6th best power play in the league at 20.8% on the season. But Utah is 0 for 11 on the man advantage over their last 4 games. As there was the puck, it was actually hanging out in row 3 of section 126. Allen will twirl it around Hanson Bukata as Miska plays at the near goal line. As AHB will bounce to the middle of the ice for Geneva, still deep in the Grizzlies zone. Geneva will stride out to center ice now, slide it ahead to Hanson Bukata, who drops for Lepster over to Manning on the right point. He'll lay it for AHB. Back towards Lepster, right goal line over to Geneva, right wing. Across to AHB, tape to tape over to Manning. He'll fire a lefty one-timer, and that one goes wide, the low liner glove side. Just a little bit wide off the past the left ankle of Parsons. Now Geneva re-enters after the Grizzlies made a line change. Tried to center it towards John Gillette, but it was overled for him as Gillette couldn't reach it. And Allen will wobble it on its side all the way towards Miska. 42 seconds left in Utah's first power play of the game, as Hanson Bukata has it behind his own net. As he stays on the ice, quarterbacking this power play. So cross center ice, dangling back and forth, steps over the offensive line, and he'll chip it to his left at the end of his shift. Ends towards Nemo around Allen's net to the far side. Nemo tried to feed John Gillette in front of the net. Was tapped away by Prefontaine. Geneva over towards Salem. Left shot goes wide. He missed the net glove side on Parsons. He had plenty on a wrist shot. Allen races towards center ice, 2-on-1. 2 Grizzlies on the back check. Watts tried to center it, and Salem taps it away. Less than 10 seconds left in the power play. Cy Leclerc over the line, dangles back and forth left wing, skates around Parsons, centers it towards Nemo, shot! And that one goes wide, and Parsons said it went out of play, and so did the referee. So power play, it comes to a close, and at the very end of the power play, Utah just curled a pass out in front of the crease to Nemo. It looked like Nemo just got a little bit too much air under it. Beautiful pass out in front. And Nemo, just got a little bit too much air. Tried to fire it over the right shoulder of Parsons and just got under the puck a little bit. So both teams are 0 for 1 on the power play here in the second period. And nobody has scored since the first shot of the game where McCauley scored a minute 51 in. So we're skating 5-on-5, draws in the right circle. It's an offensive zone face-off for Utah. As Taylor Rosborough, the 2 Ryans, and Mike Gillette. As Gillette gets up top towards Dylan Gratton, right side. He fires lefty shot that goes wide. Dylan Gratton has 1 goal and 3 assists and a +3 rating. He's got a point in 4 of his 10 games this season. As towards the left corner, Taylor and Gillette hold their ground. 2-on-2 battle with Rosborough looking nearby. 6:35 on a moving clock here in the second period. Allen leads 1-0. Americans have outshot the Grizzlies 19-16. Americans out of the pile. They'll twirl one in the air to center ice. It ricochets off of Noel, and he'll whip it back around the boards. Rosborough hustles after the loose puck as Warmoth and Rosborough collide. Mike Gillette in the area holding his ground against Barbashev. Now Barbashev rolls it out to center ice, and obviously Barbashev knows the Grizzlies well, having spent just about the entire season here outside of a couple of weeks with Tucson in the AHL. Barbashev with the contract with Tucson. He gets pinned to the boards by Lepster. A stick goes twirling in the air, and that was Manning's stick. Second time we've seen a Grizzly stick go flying in the air here in the second period. Now the puck's over in the far corner as we got a 3-on-2 scrum. 3 Grizzlies, 2 Americans in the area. Blaisdell's contemplating joining the play as Gratton delivers some lumber to the back of an American. 5:43 on a moving clock, and Blaisdell got bored and decided to skate towards the bench as he had done enough observing as 2 Americans are hanging out at the point. As the scrum continues, Noel and Mikey Colella holding their ground as Manning tries to get in there with Hargrove. Now the puck goes back towards Allen as Anania high slot. Lefty shot got redirected. Miska makes the save. So 5:22 is left in the second period. Allen still leads 1-0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
5 minutes and 22 seconds are left in the second period. Make sure to join us for Grizzly Night Out bundles. 2 tickets, 2 center ice tickets for $50, and you get $20 in concession value. In concession vouchers, that's a $100 value. So make sure to take advantage of that. Grizzlies Night Out bundles, 2 center ice tickets for $50, and you also get $20 worth of concession vouchers. Faceoff's going to be over in the right circle of the Grizzlies zone, as Hunter Miska stopped 19 in a row after Colby McCauley scored on a breakaway, 151 into the game, and really that's the lone goal as Allen leads Utah 1-0. As Friesen will take the draw. He's played a ton of minutes here this evening, as both teams will have 2 days off after tonight, so both clubs will have plenty of rest before Sunday's game. Grizzlies have the puck as Reed Lebster. He'll tap it ahead looking for Friesen. Puck goes towards Friesen off an Allen stick, as Friesen will plop it in. Anania, as he'll globe it out to center ice. It goes past Lebster's stick as he was kind of swinging it like it was a left-handed baseball slugger. Even though he is a righty, he kind of went towards his backhand there as he lost control of the puck near the Allen blue line. Hargrove tried to skate in, but he lets the puck go as there was 2 Americans still in the Grizzlies zone. As ends, he'll drag one angle right towards Friesen. Goes past him. No icing as Anthony Costantini. He'll move it across. Blaisdell gets it off the wall. He's at the Allen blue line. 4:35 on a moving clock here in the second period. It's 1-0 Allen. Grizzlies still looking for their first goal. As puck goes towards Blaisdell, and he'll drop it to the middle of the ice for Watts, who gets around Zinger. A fire lefty shot that misses wide as he tried to come back glove side on Misk after he skated towards his left, towards Miska's stick side. Anania, back towards the left corner to Watts. He'll tee it up. Blaisdell lefty shot, and that's blocked by Salem. That got Salem good, but he gets back to his feet. Watts towards the middle of the ice, so move it towards the left wing. Sedley tried to sweep on a cross, but got air under as the puck up the ops towards the Grizzlies bench. Genev gets back checked by Prefontaine, but Genev, he'll drop it for Manning. Manning tried to slide it towards Zinger, got his stick occupied by an American, so Zinger couldn't play the puck in front of the crease. Boilar off the boards towards Zinger, one-handed ahead to Manning. But the Americans try to skate back in. Watts tried to locate the puck as Boilar takes it. He'll tattoo it off the boards towards Nemo, who slides it across left wing to Genev. Genev over the attack line, skates down the middle, chips it looking for Nemo. That would have been the perfect pass, but Allen got a stick in the way. Genev loses his balance in the right corner. Watts skates down the middle of the ice, gets around Genev. Watts will spin it towards his right. Grizzlies back up with it. Genev over the offensive line, left circle, trying to get towards Nemo. Backhand shot by Nemo, saved by Parsons. Beautiful pass by Genev. Just kind of curled it towards his right, towards Nemo. And once Nemo get it, he fired a backhand low liner. It was saved by Parsons, the Allen goaltender. There's 3:18 left in the second. And the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. Shots have been pretty close to even throughout this game. Allen's up to 21 shots, and the Grizzlies have 18. During the last timeout, they honored Danny Genev for winning the League's Player of the Week award for March 9th through the 15th. As he scored 3 goals in the Grizzlies' last home game where Utah won 4-3. Up top, Noel. He's in the left point. He fires it around the wall as loose puck Waller gets there about the same time as Sillinger as it goes out of play into row 1 of section 114 as a fan in a Griffin Ness professional green jersey comes away with a souvenir. And it had to have been a Griffin Ness jersey from last season as it was number 61, whereas this season, before he got traded to Toledo, Ness was wearing number 77, which is now worn by Andrew Noel. Face-offs in the right circle. Rosborough and Dubois, both recent additions to their club, and both guys centers who normally win face-offs. This time it's Allen after a bouncing off a couple sticks. As Noel, he gets blasted by Barbashev in the left point. As Ryan Taylor, he gets hit by an American. The puck goes from the left corner to the right. Rosborough shields Dubois from the puck. Now it rolls along the boards. Noel, could he keep it in? No, it goes back to neutral ice. As Noel collided with Barbashev. Noel and Barbashev collided at least twice on this shift. Ladon towards the Grizzlies bench. And now Barbashev has it bounce off his stick. Grizzlies come back in. Left wing, Mike Gillette. As he'll lay it for Noel, skates to the corner. Noel, the former Cyclone, tries to lay it for Rosborough, who goes after it in the left corner. As Allen takes it, Barbashev backhands it, but it's collected by LeClaire. Over to Mike Gillette down the middle of the ice. Gillette veers off to his right. He fires a righty shot that misses wide as he tried to fire it over Parsons' left shoulder. LeClaire gets it taken away by Barbashev. Now LeClaire takes it back. It ricochets off the stick of Dubois. Now it neutralized. Manning re-enters. 1-on-3, but Mike Gillette, who was skating towards the bench, was still in the American zone when Manning entered. So offside are the Grizzlies. As Mike Gillette trying to come off the ice, kind of limping just a little bit. As he had a very physical, hard-working shift. Mike Gillette, the older brother of John Gillette. In fact, there are two pairs of brothers on the Grizzlies, the Gillette brothers, as well as Dylan and Tyler Gratton. Manning will take the drives out there with Mikey Colella and Cy LeClaire. Draw won by the Americans. There's about 2 minutes left in the second period. Allen leads 1-0. Hargrove, rink-wide feed, angle right. Off the stick as they're trying to get towards Anania. Now turnover, Hargrove, lefty shot, he scores. Well, puck was turned over and it was just laying in the slot. Hargrove got it, and he roofed a crafty-looking lefty shot over the left shoulder of Miska. And just like that, Allen has a 2-0 lead. As puck off a couple sticks, Manning got it brushed away by McCauley, and then Hargrove got it, and he roofed it over Miska. So it was like Manning was just over in the right circle, and an American from behind just kind of nudged it away from him onto an open Hargrove. So Colton Hargrove gets his 20th of the year. The lone assist goes to Grizzly killer Colby McCauley. And that's a multiple-point game for McCauley. It was 1 goal and 1 assist. So the 2 goals scored by Colby McCauley. And that's a first-period goal, 1:51 in. And Colton Hargrove, 18:05 into the second period, makes it a 2-0 game. As Americans get it in from center ice, Miska to the side of his net, spins it along the wall. John Gillette throws to the middle of the ice. Blaisdell gets back checked from Friesen. Friesen took it away and gets towards Enns. Enns the center ice to Gillette off his stick. Americans re-enter. Blaisdell, he spins around trying to break free of Hanson Buchanan and lost control of the puck. Enns directs it off the boards, looking for Friesen. It taps to Lebster. Lebster tries to split a double team, and Costantini took it away. 2-0 Allen. 1:16 left in the second period. Costantini over to the right side. Now across to Anania, tape to tape. 1:10 left in the period. Cyrus it to Blaisdell off his stick. The Grizzlies move out to center ice. 1:05 left in the second. Lebster over the line, 3-on-3. How much time's left in the second period, Mark Larson?
1 minute remaining in the second period.
We appreciate that, Mark. As Allen out to center ice. Gildon over the offense line. He'll lay it. The Americans lay it towards Watts. Now on the give and go. Watts right side, lefty shot, saved by Miska. Grizzlies come back the other way. 4-on-1. Genev over the offensive blue. He's in the left wing. Drops for Zinger. Righty shot, saved by Parsons. And he will hold on as the Grizzlies had a 4-on-1. Genev just laid it for Josh Zinger, who's looking for his first pro goal. And Zinger twirled a righty shot right into the breadbasket of Parsons. And Parsons didn't allow a rebound. So there's now 41.5 seconds left in the second. Boy, Jackson Parsons, the Allen goaltender, has done a good job controlling rebounds this evening. Parsons appeared in 11 games with Belleville in the American Hockey League and had a 5-3-1 record with a 3.38 goals against average. His stats are even better in an Allen uniform, where he's got a 2.35 goals against average and 925 save percentage. Off the draw, Genev lefty shot, and that's sticked away and it flies out of play with 37.9 seconds left. We'll go over all the stats of the first 2 periods during the intermission. As Grizzlies looking for a comeback bid, as they're scoreless on 19 shots. As draw taken by Manning, as he battles with Gildon. Now Allen comes up with it. Americans race out to center ice in a white jersey with red mixed in. Caddick around Salem, moves it towards his right. Watts couldn't get much on a shot. Arm is raised by the referee. The whistle blows. And looks like holding's going to be the call. Either holding or holding the stick, as there's 25 seconds left in the second period. And it's going to be Luke Salem getting the penalty. Looks like holding on Salem, so it's going to be Allen's second power play of the night. Salem looking up at the video board, thinking about seeing a replay if there's one available. As Salem looks up, here's the replay, Luke. As an American tried to get around him, and based on where the referee, David Lilly, was at neutral ice, he saw a hold, and that was the call. Based on the angle, which looked to be pretty much the perspective of what referee David Lilly saw, and Lilly was the one that raised the arm to make the call. The other referee didn't appear to have his arm, but Lilly did. And based on that angle, looked like it was a hold. Allen's got the puck, 20 seconds left in the second period. They get it up top. Second power play of the game for Allen, as Hargrove tried to move it across, as McCauley had it hippity up over his stick. 10 seconds left in the period. Sedley over to Hargrove. One-timer. Saved by Misk off his right pad. Now McCauley fires off the outside of the cage. 3 seconds left in the period, and Colby Enns will watch the time run out. As Allen has a goal in each of the 2 periods here tonight. Colby McCauley, 1:51 into the first period, and Colton Hargrove, 18:05 into the second, with McCauley getting the assist. And Hargrove's goal late in the second made it a 2-0 game, and that's where we sit. Allen will be on the power play for the first minute and 35 seconds of the third period. So Grizzlies will be looking for a third period comeback. They've been a pretty strong third period offensive club at times this season. It's particularly warm here at the Maverick Center, so make sure to grab an extra bottle of water or a sports beverage, because after all, it is pretty hot here at the Maverick Center, almost like it's Boston Garden in June, as everybody's headed towards the locker room. And when we come back, we'll statistically go over the first 2 periods, and we'll also go over some scores from around the world of sports. Fans are headed for the concession stands, and the Grizzlies are looking for a game plan to climb back into this game in the third period. And it starts with a good penalty kill to start the third frame. After 2 periods, it's the Allen Americans 2 and the Utah Grizzlies nothing. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to flowhockey.tv.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
After 2 periods here at Maverick Center, it's the Allen Americans 2 and the Utah Grizzlies nothing. Colby McCauley gave Allen a 1-0 lead, 1:51 into the first period, with Michael Gildon and Andre Anania getting the assists. And then late in the second period, Colton Hargrove got the puck as Luke Manning had it over in the right circle, and from behind, McCauley just kind of tapped it away from Manning's stick, and the puck ended up with Hargrove in the slot, and Hargrove was all alone, and he fired it over the left shoulder of Miska as Hargrove got his 20th of the year. That was 18:05 in, and that made it a 2-0 game. Luke Salem picked up a holding minor, 19:35 into the second, as Allen is in the middle of their second power play of the evening. In fact, the Americans will be on the power play for the first minute and 35 seconds of the third. Is it hot in the building? It is a little bit steamy and toasty here at Maverick Center. this is a good night for some ice cream. Although you make sure to eat the ice cream quickly, as it's going to melt quickly. And it looks like we've got a proposal at center ice. Well, this is unbelievable. Is she going to say yes? She says yes. Grisby's fired up. Grisby got married himself. A proposal at center ice. And she says yes. What a moment here on a Thursday night. If we're perfectly honest about it, that's the highlight of the evening. So how about that? A proposal at center ice. Grisby looks nearby. And where else would you want to propose to your significant other than right here at a Grizzlies game? Although remember, if you're in the middle of a relationship and you're sort of towards that point where you're thinking about a proposal, you're going to have to get that done in the next 2.5 weeks. As after April 12th, you can't propose at a Grizzly game ever again. So it looks like that's great. They're officially now engaged, and they did it at center ice here at Maverick Center. So 2-0 Allen. The Americans have outshot the Grizzlies 25-19. Special teams have really not played a factor in this game. Of the 19 shots Utah's taken, Colby Enns leads the way with 3. Nemo, Friesen, Manning, AHB, and Rosborough each have 2 shots for the Grizz, and then a handful of others with 1 shot. Oddly enough, Danny Genev, the first-year pro out of Penn State who leads the league in shots on goal, he has not taken a shot in the first 2 periods of this game. Allen goaltender Jackson Parsons, he has saved all 19. He's got 1 shutout this season for the Americans. And for Hunter Miska, he has saved 23 of 25. One other game in the league tonight. Guy Carenza and Jared Youngman's Atlanta Gladiators get their 40th win of the year as Atlanta defeats Orlando 3-1 as Young, O'Brien, and Walter each scored a goal for the Gladiators. So that's the only other game in the league the Grizzlies call home on this Thursday. Certainly Friday and Saturday will be busy on the schedule, but the Grizzlies will be off each of the next 2 days. And then Sunday afternoon, Grizzlies and Americans will meet for one final time on Sunday. It's going to be a 3:10 start. Remember, the Grizzlies begin a 9-game homestand tonight to close out the 2025-26 regular season. When we come back, we'll go over the NHL scores and also check in on the action. The college basketball NCAA tournament resumes tonight with the Sweet 16. And it's also opening night of the baseball season. Here after 2 periods, Allen got a first period goal from Colby McCauley and a second period goal from Colton Hargrove. And the Grizzlies will be looking for a third period comeback. We'll come back and have some more action on the other side. We'll give some scores and also talk about the first 2 periods. But before we go to break, let's go over the second period stats. If you're watching on Flow Sports, there they are on the screen. Allen outshot Utah 15-7 in the second period, and the Americans had 8 scoring chances, and the Grizzlies had 4. Face-off battle, Allen won that 11-10. So through 2 periods, it's pretty close to even. Grizzlies through 2 periods have a 21-20 edge in the face-off circle. Allen with 4 power play shots, Grizzlies with 1. Americans with 7 hits in the second period. Grizzlies had 3. Allen had 5 second period giveaways, and the Grizzlies had 4. Later on in the second intermission, we'll go over the first 2 periods worth of stats, combining the first and second periods in those categories. We'll come back and go over some other scores on the other side. Because after 2 periods, it's the Allen Americans 2 and the Grizzlies yet to score. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Second intermission here at Maverick Center. Allen leads Utah 2-0. It's a busy Thursday night in the National Hockey League. Quite a few games in action. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, are in action. Avalanche get a 3-2 victory over the Winnipeg Jets. That game ended in regulation. Mark Scheifele had both of the Winnipeg goals. Nathan McKinnon, the Avalanche superstar, scored 2 goals, including what turned out to be the game winner, 3:55 into the third period. As McKinnon scored 2 third-period goals, and he led the Avalanche to a 3-2 victory over Mark Scheifele and the Winnipeg Jets. Other action in the National Hockey League, late second period. Capitals and Mammoth are tied at 3. Washington took a 1-0 lead, 2:07 into the first period, and then Dylan Gunther scored 2 goals later in the frame. He scored his 35th of the year on a power play, 13:04 in, assisted by Keller and Sergachev. And then Gunther got his second of the game and 36th of the season, assisted by Keller and Sergachev, 16:59 in. And then late in the first period, Logan Cooley scored a power play goal to give Utah a 3-1 lead. It was 19:53 in, with Nick Schmaltz and Sergachev getting the assist. So Sergachev had 3 first period assists. The legendary Alex Ovechkin scored 2 second period goals. Ovechkin scored 5:01 into the second period, and then he scored 11:28 into the second. His goals 27 and 28 on the year, as Ovechkin, the legend, just extends his all-time goals record. Remember last year when he was at Delta Center, he scored 2 goals, then suffered an injury by way of Jack McBain early in the third period, and then McBain got in a fight with Tom Wilson later on in that game. So it looks like they got a good one going on at Delta Center. 2 goals from Dylan Gunther and 2 from Alex Ovechkin. And the Capitals and Mammoth are tied at 3. Other action currently going on in the National Hockey League. Ducks and Flames are tied at 1. Early second period, Oilers lead the Golden Knights 1-0. Also after one period, Kings lead the Canucks 1-0. Finals across the NHL, Canadiens defeat the Blue Jackets 2-1. Penguins get a 4-3 shootout win over the Senators. Ben Kindle with the shootout game winner. Senators are the NHL affiliate of the Allen Americans. In overtime, Kraken defeat the Lightning 4-3. Former Grizzly Charles Edward Dastu had 2 assists. Wild over the Panthers 3-2. Islanders get a 2-1 victory over the Dallas Stars, as Horvat and Ritchie had the New York goals, and Matt Duchene found the back of the net for Dallas. Philadelphia defeated Chicago, fought 5-1. In overtime, the Blues get a game winner from Dylan Holloway, 4:57 in. So that means there was just 3 seconds left in the clock when Holloway scored to give the Blues a 2-1 victory. And the Devils get a 4-2 win over the Nashville Predators, as Heischer and Timo Meier each had third period goals to break a 2-2 tie. In college basketball, Sweet 16 action. A couple barn burners early on. Purdue, the second seed in the West region, they defeat 11 seed Texas 79-77. So Purdue gets a 2-point victory to advance to the Elite Eight. Iowa defeats Nebraska 77-71 in the South region. So Iowa goes to the Elite Eight. They will face the winner of Illinois and Houston. And that game is late in the first half as Illinois, in a low-scoring affair, leads Houston 24-19. And also late in the first half, top seed Arizona in the West region, they lead Arkansas 46-35. The winner of the Arizona-Arkansas game will face Purdue in the Elite Eight on Saturday. In Major League Baseball, many games have gone final. The shocker was the Mets getting an 11-7 victory. It wasn't necessarily that the Mets got the victory, but the fact that Paul Skeens only went 2/3 of an inning, allowing 5 runs. That was the big surprise. Mets 11, Pirates 7. Brewers get 2 touchdowns. They defeat the Chicago White Sox 14-2. As Milwaukee, the defending NL Central champs, they're off to a good start this season. Another big surprising score. Nationals defeat the Cubs 10-4. Orioles get 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. They defeat Minnesota 2-1. Angels shut out the Astros 3-0. It was also a 3-0 shutout as Boston defeated Cincinnati in a rematch of the 1975 World Series. Tigers over the Padres 8-2 in a rematch of the 1984 World Series. And the Phillies get a 5-3 victory over the Texas Rangers. So that's the action in opening night in the baseball season. A few other teams will open up tomorrow. One other final in Major League Baseball. Cardinals defeated the Rays 9-7. When we come back, we'll talk some hockey and get to third period action as fans are in the concession stands having a good time. You can see a little bit of a gleam on everybody as it is very hot in the building. I don't know what the official temperature is here, but it's got to be, it's a little bit toasty here in the building. And with that, the Zambonis are already off the ice, and we'll see how long it takes the ice to kind of settle in. As we saw a little bit of rough action in the second period as both teams are just getting adjusted to the ice conditions. First 2 minutes of the third period are certainly going to be critical as Utah will be on the penalty kill for the first minute and 35 seconds of the third period. Utah's going to be looking for a third period comeback, but they have been a pretty strong third period club offensively over the course of the season. Remember, they had 6 goals against Tulsa on December 21st. There have been other times where it seems like, when the Grizzlies need a strong third period, they can come up with scores in bunches. So obviously they're going to have to kill off the penalty. They're going to kill off the penalty there the first minute and a half of the third period and then go to work. Maybe 5-on-5. We talked about the Grizzlies and their success in the third periods. They have scored 27 third period goals over their last 21 games. We'll come back and have third period action as Allen leads the Grizzlies 2-0. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We're back here at Maverick Center. Third period action will begin shortly. It's a very busy couple weeks worth of hockey here at Maverick Center. Both teams will be off on Friday and Saturday nights as there's concerts in the building. As Grizzlies and Americans are about set to hit the ice. Sunday afternoon is going to be a 3 o'clock start, and that's going to be the final ever meeting between the Grizzlies and Americans. Next week, the Wichita Thunder will be in town for a 3-game series. It's going to be Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday of next week. All 3 games will start at 7:10, and don't forget Saturday, April 4th is going to be Star Wars night. And then we'll have one final rivalry game between the Grizzlies and Steelheads. That's going to be on Tuesday, April 7th. That's a makeup of the December 27th game that was postponed due to the player strike. And then that weekend, Rapid City will be in town to close out the regular season. Friday, April 10th, as well as Saturday, April 11th. Remember, April 11th is going to be Fan Appreciation Night. Sunday, April 12th will be the final game. And that's going to be at 3:10. Make sure to get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com. You definitely want to make sure to be involved in the action and make some final memories with Utah's pro hockey tradition, the Utah Grizzlies. Both teams are on the ice. And we'll see if the Grizzlies have a third period comeback. And it'll be interesting to see how aggressive the Grizzlies are on their penalty kill. Utah did have some chances. I think the best chance Utah had in that second period was that 4-on-1 the Grizzlies had. Genev dropped it towards Zinger, and Zinger fired away. It was saved by Parsons. And you wonder, Allen wasn't necessarily all that forthright on their back check. You wonder if the Grizzlies could have been a little bit more patient there and see if they can maybe find a better look on that particular situation. As Grizzlies with 11 forwards have mixed up the forward lines quite a bit. We've seen Genev have a couple shifts out with that Friesen and Lebster line, and we'll see what the forward combinations look like here in the third period. And remember, with both teams having 2 days off after tonight's game, both clubs can kind of empty the bucket a little bit. It's not the type of weekend where you got to worry about fatigue settling in with 3 games in 3 days. Really, most of the second period highlights are key saves, both on Utah and Allen's side. As Grizzlies have had their looks, but just couldn't find a way to get it towards the net. As Salem missed the net, and then Nemo had a good chance and got a little bit too much air under his shot. So really for the Grizzlies, they've had their chances, but they've either missed wide or on a few occasions, Parsons has made some key saves. So the 4 tires on Utah's penalty kill ends, and Hanson Buchanan are the defensemen, and Friesen and John Gillette are the forwards. There's Ryan Anderson, if you're watching on Flow Sports, with the smelling salt. As Ryan Anderson's really done a good job here as assistant coach with the Grizzlies. Friesen will take the draw against Colton Hargrove, who scored the second period goal for Allen, 18:05 in. Grizzlies will skate from right to left as we see it from high atop section 114. 2 referees tonight. It's Curtis Paré looking to drop the puck. 3 Grizzlies kind of back from the face-off circle. Draw won by Allen, and we're underway here in the third period as the Grizzlies are looking for a comeback. Allen gets the neutralize. Andre Anania will slide it behind Hargrove. Really, it's not the worst thing if you got a penalty kill here to start the period because the ice is still settling in, as both teams are going to have a tough time keeping their balance. Anania across the center ice will move it to his left for Hargrove. It gets around 2 defensemen. He'll fire a lefty shot. Saved by Miska. And it might have actually gone wide as the puck ended up off the outside of the cage as Hargrove just kind of walked between 2 Grizzlies. Anania back towards Hargrove along the right wing boards. He'll bounce it up top to Anania. He slides it towards his left. Ice having a tough time settling in. As we've mentioned a few times, it's extremely hot here at Maverick Center. Shot by Hargrove. Off of Miska. Rebound goes to Friesen, who clears it out. 45 seconds left in Allen's power play, as both teams will switch up skaters. An American slams a stick on the ice in frustration. Actually, it slammed him off the boards. As Michael Gildon, who's got 1 assist tonight, skates towards the left corner. Now around Utah's net. He'll drop it to a spot he vacated. Sillinger over towards Blaisdell in the corner. Ends nearby. Sillinger throws it up top. As Jared Sillinger will skate towards, actually his name is Lucas. There's a Jared Sillinger somewhere. I think he played baseball. As Sillinger centers, it's picked up by Colby Enns, who clears it out. I think Jared Sillinger is actually a college basketball player. Ohio State, maybe? Lucas Sillinger gets towards center ice. 5 seconds left in the power play for Allen. As Sillinger will bounce it into the corner. Lucas Sillinger's father, Mike Sillinger, played with many teams in the NHL. Grizzlies back at full strength. Noel getting physical. And now it looks like everybody's going towards the right corner as Noel got after it with Sillinger. And let's see, Noel might pick up a penalty as Sillinger's kind of on 2 knees. The Allen trainer is running out to make sure that Lucas Sillinger is okay. And now Noel has some words with Harrison Blaisdell. So Blaisdell's skating towards the penalty box for Allen. It looks like Noel's going to the box for Utah. Actually, it looked like Blaisdell was going towards the penalty box, and instead he's skating towards his bench. So it's a penalty for Noel. I think Allen's picked up a penalty as well. So I don't believe there's a power play for Allen. As looks like the referee's at center ice. As Noel's sitting in the penalty box for the Americans. Now Steve Martinson looking at the video board. As Sillinger was able to get back to his feet. So draw's going to be a new try near the Grizzlies bench. So Noel's in the box, but nobody has gone in for Allen. But it does look like we're skating 5-on-4. So it is a power play for Allen. It's going to be a neutral zone draw as Noel picked up a penalty. So it is an Allen power play, but the draw's a new try. Face-off won by Allen, but it goes between Anania and Colby McCauley. McCauley's got 2 points tonight with 1 goal and 1 assist. Noel picked up a boarding minor, 1:43 into the third period. McCauley splits a double team. Miska well out of his crease. He'll fire it off the near glass, and the puck will slide deep into the American zone. As Parsons, he was near the restricted area that he can't be in, as he made sure not to touch the puck in that spot as the Americans skate around their own net. 1:30 left in Allen's power play. As Watts gets towards center ice, crosses the center red line, skates down the middle, veers off to his left over the line. Hargrove drops for Caddick, lefty shot, saved by Miska, and the Grizzlies move it ahead. Webster crosses center ice, now he steps over the offensive line. He'll push towards Manning down the middle, take a lefty shot. Walker saved by Parsons, and Allen comes back the other way. Good look by the Grizzlies as Manning was denied by Parsons. Now Caddick drops it off. Allen in the offensive zone. They try to get across to Watts off a couple sticks. Now Manning's over the near point, and he'll fire it cross ice, but the puck just goes towards the Allen line where it's recovered by Michael Gildon. Watts out to center ice. He'll curl around Manning as Watts down the middle of the ice gets around Ends. Watts looking for a toe drag, but the Grizzlies tapped it away from him, and Ends clears it out. 40 seconds left in Allen's power play. Both teams will switch up skaters. As we play 3 minutes in this third period, Allen still leads 2-0. Americans cross center ice. They'll lumber in. Gildon skates towards the right point. Drops off for Prefontaine. Genev tried to take it away from Sedley. It stayed in. Barbashev up top to Sedley. He's in the left point. Sedley, he's being shadowed by Genev. Sedley drops for Gildon, and Genev clears it out. Great defensive work by Danny Genev, who was all over Sam Sedley like the cheap suit I was wearing yesterday during the team photo. Over the offense line, Prefontaine throws to the corner. Grizzly goes down as Hanson Bukata is looking at his face, seeing if there's blood. As referee checks Hanson Bukata's face to see if there's blood. Couldn't tell if there was 2 fingers or 4 that was raised in the air by referee David Lilly. But Ty Prefontaine goes to the box. So Prefontaine's in the box. It's a 2-minute penalty. So the draw is going to come into the Allen zone. We'll skate 4-on-4 for 5 seconds, and then after that, the Grizzlies will have a power play. So Friesen will take the drives out there with Manning, Hanson, Bukata, and Webster. Noel's going to come out of the box. And Allen wins the draw. They're still in their own zone. Noel comes out of the box right now. As he'll race towards the bench, but actually joins the play as Allen enters the offensive zone. Blaisdell throws one towards Miskin and misses wide. As Noel's still on the ice, now Friesen takes it. And with the Grizzlies in control of the puck, Noel will come off. He's replaced by Danny Genev. So Grizzlies will slide it to center ice. Luke Manning gets it across, looking for Genev. Genev gets taken away by Blaisdell. Allen over the offense line, 2-on-2. Blaisdell down the middle, splits a double team, fires lefty shot that misses high. As he got around Hanson Bukata and had a pretty good look on Miska. Genev out towards center ice. Now chip it towards Hanson Bukata. As Genev crosses center ice, he veers off to the left. Genev over the line, gets around Antonia. He'll throw it towards his right for Friesen, who drops up top to Manning. Manning in the right point. Over towards Genev, who falls down. We mentioned how soft the ice conditions have been as it's extremely hot here in the building. Manning in the right corner, centers to Hanson Bukata, lays it for Webster, righty shot. Glove saved by Parsons. Boy, what a stop by the Allen goaltender as Webster got plenty of velocity on a righty shot from the left circle. That's a felony in 12 states, and Utah just happens to be one of them as Parsons robs Webster blindly with 15-17 left in the third. Well, that's incredible. We get a penalty as there's a high stick. And it's going to be, I think, on Genev. Well, let's see. Genev, he's puzzled. He can't believe it. But he's going to get a high sticking penalty. So that evens up 4 skaters apiece. Genev can't believe it. He's looking up at the video board. He's hoping to see a replay because he's not sure that he did anything wrong. He is stunned. Genev can't believe it. But he goes to the box 2 minutes for high sticking. So there's 15-17 left in the third. So penalties 4:43 in. So we're going to skate. Actually, it's a 4-minute high sticking. So not only is it 2 minutes, but it's 4 minutes. So there's 55 seconds worth of 4-on-4 action. And then after that, the Americans will have a little bit more than 3 minutes worth of power play time. So Allen leads 2-0, and this is where special teams can play a factor in this game. Both teams have pretty strong power play units. 4-on-4 action. Ice opens up a little bit. Grizzlies, one of the faster teams in the league. Allen wins the draw. Sedley down the middle. He veers around a Grizzly, and that is Nicholas Nemo, number 8. Many new Grizzlies on this roster, 6 or 7 over the last couple of weeks. Americans trying to get towards Sedley. It's sniped away by John Gillette. Warmoth over in the corner, gets hit by Nemo. And as Warmoth loses his balance, Zinger gets the puck. Zinger stops behind Miska's net. Now he skates towards his left. Rink-wide feed looking for Nemo's picked off by Sedley. 25 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Sedley lays it as Gildon skates towards the right circle with momentum. Now wrap around. I tried to feed Sedley in front, but Sedley wasn't in a shooting position. Across to Warmoth from Sedley. Right side will get it to the right goal line. Americans left wing shot. It's the side of the net. Miska might have gotten a piece of it as Gildon took the blast from the left wing. dancing back and forth as Watts. He's being shouted by Salem. As Watts skates towards his right, he's now in the high slot. Makes a nice move between his legs towards with Gillette nearby. As Prefontaine comes out of the box, now Allen will start a power play for over 3 minutes. Now Sedley down the middle of the ice. Righty shot, and he scores. As Sam Sedley just wristed one past the left glove of Hunter Miska. It's a power play goal for Sedley, who gets his 7th of the year. And just like that, the Americans take a 3-0 lead. But Sedley's mostly been getting it done in terms of passing on power plays. But Sedley gets a power play goal, and that's the first half of the double minor. So they reset the clock to 2 minutes left in Danny Geneviev's penalty. As Americans there on the double minor can double dip. Sedley just kind of toe drag with Nemo nearby and found the back of the net. On the Sedley goal, the assists go to Colton Hargrove and Michael Gildon. So it's 3-0 Americans, and they've still got 2 minutes worth of a power play. As the Americans have put up a picket fence on the scoring sheet with 1 goal in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the third. McCauley scored in the first period, Hargrove in the second, and now Sedley here in the third. The Americans get it towards Anania. He'll fire to the right side. Blazed up with a lefty shot that goes wide. Stick side on Miska. As the puck off a stick, AHP gets it. He'll thread up and not out. Americans across to Hargrove. He centers it. Ricochets off Miska. Now Allen tried to feather one across to Caddick, but it was behind him. As Caddick gets the puck in the left corner. Gets it to Hargrove. He's in the right wing. Hargrove dangles back and forth. He'll move it towards the left point. Now back across to Hargrove. He taps it up top. Anania directs it to Hargrove. He slides it out in front. He was looking for Caddick, who couldn't connect on it. As Caddick looked up to the heavens, he was disgusted at himself that he couldn't connect on the Hargrove pass. As the puck trickles back into the American zone, Grizzlies make a much-needed line change. There's 1 minute left in an Allen power play. Second half of the double minor as Danny Genev got caught for high sticking. Allen over the line as Barbashev gets pushed by Manning. As Sillinger throws it just outside the left circle over to Barbashev as he'll get it back towards the left point. Americans get it back to Barbashev from Sedley, who scored the power play goal. Barbashev loses control of it. Manning down the middle. As he'll take a lefty shot. It goes over the crossbar as the puck crashed off the glass. Well, the Grizzlies have had their chances, but just haven't found the accuracy. There's going to be another penalty on Utah as Barbashev took a spill up high and delayed penalty and skating towards the bench as Parsons. Now the whistle blows. So there's 23 seconds left in the Geneva penalty. And now Barbashev's trying to show blood. All 4 minutes. Barbashev was able to successfully show blood. And so with that, the second double minor for high sticking in the third period as Reed Lepster goes to the box. As Barbashev was able to successfully show the referee that he was bleeding. And now Barbashev's going to get looked at by the trainer. So Lepster gets a double minor for high sticking, 7:25 into the third. As Lepster just tried to shovel it forward, and then Lepster, he got Barbashev up high. Hey, can't argue the high stick. If Barbashev was able to show blood, can't really argue that it's a 4-minute penalty. So there's 12:35 left in the third. And the Grizzlies, you almost have a feeling they're going to have to get something here shorthanded. Or this one might be in the refrigerator. Allen wins the draw as Sedley. We'll get it over to Hargrove. He fakes a one-timer, gets it back to Sedley as they're just hanging out outside each circle. As now Hargrove, they'll move it to the right side. As Watts, he'll fire a lefty shot, and that's blocked by Boilar. As Sedley over to the left wing, gets towards Hargrove. One-timer, that's blocked by Friesen. As Friesen looks at his skate to make sure it's still in one piece. Hargrove fakes a one-timer, gets to Sedley left circle. Back towards Hargrove as Genev's out of the box. Hargrove fires lefty shot, and it's blocked. Genev gets the puck. As Genev skates towards the right wing. Fires it towards Friesen, but it taps off the skate of Hargrove. Well, the Grizzlies have had their chances, but just haven't been able to connect. Whether it's that extra pass that was needed or having those open shots and either firing it high or wide, or in some cases, Parsons making some good saves. 3-0 Allen, and the puck skies towards Americans' ice as Parsons comes well out of his crease, outletted to Sedley. Now the puck will slide back to Parsons as the Americans will switch up skaters. 3 minutes left, and there's 1 minute in particular left in the first half of the double minor for high sticking as Reed Lepster's in the box for Utah. Allen crosses center ice. Braden Watts down the middle. Now he veers off to the left over the offensive blue. As he'll get it around Blaisdell. As puck taps towards the right point. Allen reverses it to the left corner. Now they cycle it back around to the right wing. Prefontaine tries one-handed ahead. He collided sticks with John Gillette. Watts around Utah's net towards the left corner. Now he gets up top to Anania, who accepts it. Back to the corner for Watts. Enns closed the gap on him. As Enns pushes Watts. Now left wing shot. And the goal line goes off. Miska got crashed into. And the referee says it's an Allen goal. And now it looks like Miska might be hurt. Somebody's hurt over in the crease. There was a big collision. And so that will make it a 4-0 hockey game. And if the Americans did indeed score, 2:19 left in the third. Left in the power play as Miska's got his helmet off. And Harrison Blaisdell finds the back of the net. As Miska's been crashed into a few times. Looks like Miska's okay. And now it looks like the two referees are going to go to the video board, or they're going to go to the tablet, and so the goal counts, making it a 4-0 game, and the goal is under review. As Miska got crashed into, there was a ton of bodies near and in the crease, and so they're going to take an extra look at it. And this might take a little while because there's a lot to unpack there. But the Americans, year in and year out, are one of the bigger teams the Grizzlies will face. As Miska back to his feet. As let's see the replay. Allen had the puck in the left corner. They centered it towards Caddick. And then John Gillette pushed Blaisdell into Miska. And with that, the puck crossed the goal line. We saw two instances, and the goal is confirmed because John Gillette pushed Blaisdell into Miska. We saw two instances last week in Indy where goals were disallowed when a player got pushed into his own goaltender. But in this case, it was an opponent getting pushed into Miska, and that's why the goal counts in this case. So Blaisdell finds the back of the net, and that will make it a 4-0 hockey game. As American just kind of forced one in, and John Gillette was just riding Blaisdell and rode Blaisdell right into Miska. And with that, Blaisdell rides himself into his 24th goal of the year with Danny Caddick and Braden Watts each picking up an assist. And the timing of that goal was big because the Americans stay on the power play. Skating in, Hargrove, lefty shot saved by Miska. As Miska looks like he might be at less than 100%. As Allen gets it towards the right side, Posh is the backup goaltender as he was reassigned from the AHL's Colorado Eagles. I've had conflicting reports as to what his first name is pronounced. Either it's Isaac or Isak. As he's from Sweden, he's the backup tonight. He might start on Sunday. As Allen centers it, but it ricochets off of Gildon. As Mike Gillette drops for Noel. As Noel looked to center it to Mike Gillette, and it goes wide. As the Americans come back the other way. As Allen Barbashev tried to split a double team, and Utah took it away. Salem throws it back towards the Allen line. 1 minute left in the Allen power play. As Sedley gets double teamed over the line, right point. Now Caddick, he's on the right side, gets spun around on the back check by Salem. Allen gets up top to Sedley. Over to the right wing for Watts. Watts directs it to the right goal line off of Gildon's stick. Gildon recovers. Tried to center it, but fanned on it. Gildon gets it back. He'll move it to Watts on the right point. Watts back to Gildon as ricochets off the boards. Caddick lets it go to the corner. And Zinger, as he'll fire it around the boards. I looked like he was going to go around the boards, but just ended up in the corner far side. Grizzlies skate from right to left during the period. Watts moves it to the left wing. As in his Allen debut, Dubois, Jack's his first name. He just signed earlier today. Grizzlies skate in right wing as Friesen gets it taken away. 13 seconds left in Allen's power play. 2 power play goals by the Americans here in the third period. And it's a 4-0 game. This crowd here at Maverick Center is stunned. Webster standing up, and he's coming out of the box right now. So the Grizzlies return to full strength. Less than 9 minutes left in the third period. Allen over the offensive line. As Watts tries to split a double team, Miska gets ran into. Arm is raised by the referee. The penalty is going to be on the Grizzlies. As Miska got ran into, as it might have been another case where a Grizzly threw an American into Miska. As Allen's goaltender is headed to the bench. As Watts down the middle of the ice, he'll slide it towards the right wing. Center pass, shot and a score on a delayed penalty. That's Andre Anania getting his 6th of the year. So that makes it a 5-0 game. I think we can say this baby's in the refrigerator as the Americans have put up a 3 spot here in the third period. And that was a delayed penalty goal as there's 6 Allen Americans skating to the celebration aisle. As Watts fed it towards the right side, and then Blaisdell centered it to Anania. So Watts and Blaisdell will get the assist on the Andre Anania goal. It's his 6th of the year. A delayed penalty goal, and Luke Manning, team leader for the Grizzlies, getting an explanation from one of the referees. And the Americans right now are showing why they're looking to be a playoff team. The Americans, one of the best offensive clubs in the year, and they've certainly been passing the puck well all season. As the Allen player got towards Miska, then Miska just tried to get his blocker in the way to try to brace himself, and penalty would have been called on Utah. As puck went back to neutral ice, and Allen scored on the delayed penalty. The Americans had the puck over in the left corner as it's a 5-0 Allen lead. The Grizzlies will have 2 days to recover after this one and see if they can find a way to even up the series on Sunday. Well, you never know. It could be a miracle here late in the third period, but it's been all American so far. As puck goes back to center ice, Allen's goal was scored 11:38 in. Anania from Watson Blaisdell. Blaisdell with the main assist. The Americans with 3 goals in the span of about 6 minutes. As they've scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 3 in the third. Americans deep in their own zone. Now they outlet it to center ice. Allen saucers one across. Hargrove gets it off the board. Skeets towards the right side. He swings and misses with Gratton nearby. Ryan Taylor nudges it head towards Zinger. Josh Zinger has McCauley on the back check, but Zinger gets it across to Gillette. Mike Gillette skates in as he cuts across Parsons. And Parsons cuts off Gillette as Mike Gillette couldn't get much of a shot off. Gillette sweeps one towards Rosborough. Now Gillette around the boards. Dylan Gratton with about 7 minutes left in regulation. Reverse the puck. Zinger and McCauley get there about the same time. McCauley clears it back to center ice. As Gratton gets it towards Ryan Taylor. Back to Gratton. Left wing. He looked to center it, but nobody was home as puck was between Gillette and Taylor. Friesen tried to center it towards Mike Gillette, and Allen gets a stick in the way. Now down the middle of the ice. Righty shot by Webster. Blocker saved by Parsons. And it's kind of been that kind of night for Utah. 6:37 left in the third. Allen leads 5-0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
6 minutes and 37 seconds are left in regulation. And it's been all Americans, 5-0 the score. Thanks for hanging out with us and sticking with us here on this Thursday night. We know there's a lot of sports options out there. Thanks for choosing the Grizzlies in their battle with the Allen Americans. Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, got 2 third-period goals from Nathan McKinnon as Colorado defeated Winnipeg 3-2. Early third period, Capitals lead the Mammoth 4-3. Alex Ovechkin with 2 second-period goals. Anthony Beauvillier with a power play goal, 2:43 into the third period. So face-offs over in the right circle. And Evan Friesen, he's had a ton of ice time as Michael Gildon's kicked out of the face-off circle. Americans have been one of the best offensive teams in the league so far this season, and they're showing why as they've put up a 3 spot here in the third period. 2 power play goals and a delayed penalty goal. Allen's 2 for 7 on the power play. Grizzlies are 0 for 2. Allen gets the center ice, throws it on to Miska, and Miska just kind of frees the puck with his glove over the puck, landed on top of the ice, and that stops play with 6:24 left in the third. So if you're a Grizzly fan, you look at that power play discrepancy and you kind of scratch your head a little bit. As Friesen will take the draw once again, as Utah's got 11 forwards and 7 defensemen this evening. As Grizzlies, they're without quite a few players. It'll take us a while to go over the scratches. We'll try to during the next whistle unless it's a media timeout. Lepser gets towards John Gillette at center ice after the Grizzlies won the faceoff. Faceoff battle was pretty close to even in the first 2 periods. Right side ends. Righty shot saved by Parsons. Parsons has 1 shutout this season. Allen, rink-wide feed, goes all the way down for an icing. There's 6:05 left in the third. Scratches for Utah include Luke Antonacci, who's a +7 this season. He's been outstanding over the last month. Robbie Stucker, Stepan Timofeyev, Riley Connors is hoping to come back next week, maybe 2 weeks from now. Sage Weinstein, Rylan Kovacevic, Yaroslav Yevdokimov, Noah Gansky, and Tyler Gratton. It's not necessarily that it's that many guys that are out, and all of them are out due to injury, but it's the fact that you got some quality, some high-quality players among those that are out of the lineup, including Riley Connors, the reigning league rookie of the month. Utah wins the draw. Salem gets it towards Josh Zinger. Zinger in his second week as a pro trying to get across to Salem, and it's knifed away on a good defensive play by Braden Watts, anticipating it. As Kadek around Salem tries to muscle his way around the Grizzly defenseman. Salem throws Kadek to the ice. Grizzlies come back the other way. Zinger over the offensive line. He'll drop it, looking for Leclerc. The pass nowhere near Leclerc's. The Americans come back up with it. Dubois in his pro debut, or at least it's his Allen debut, over to Kadek. Kadek drops, and he gets thrown by Colella, and then Colella gets... that's kind of a dangerous play. Colella, who's not as big as Kadek. Colella hit Kadek, and then Kadek kind of got Colella in a headlock and threw Colella to the ice, and all in one motion. Colella wants to get after Kadek. The linesman trying to separate Colella and Kadek, as there's 5:30 left in the third period. As Kadek got hit in the back by Colella, and then Colella kind of swung at Kadek, and then Kadek all in one motion, a headlock, dragged Colella to the ice. And then Luke Salem in the area trying to break Kadek off of Colella, and then another American pushed Salem off of Colella and off of Kadek. But it does look like Kadek's going to get a penalty. And then Colella tried to get after Kadek, but the linesman was between them. So there's 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third period. And I believe there's a timeout on the ice as the 2 referees are talking things over at center ice. So it looks like it could be a Utah power play with 5:30 left in the third. Allen leads 5-0. Now it looks like David Lilly's going to talk to the scores table, and Curtis Paré is going to talk with team leaders on both sides. Luke Manning for the Grizzlies and Colton Hargrove of the Americans. Trying to see if there's a timeout on the ice. As Manning kind of looks like he's got kind of a puzzled look on his face. Now Hargrove talking things over as well. Hargrove arguing that Colella should go to the box. And now the 2 linesmen are going over towards the Grizzlies bench. The Grizzlies bench, you better believe they know the power play discrepancy of 7-2 in favor of the Americans. Obviously, with the double minors for high sticking, it kind of adds up quickly as the high sticking obviously turns into 2 separate power plays. As Manning, how about the demonstration for Manning? He showed exactly what Kadek did. It's like Kadek took his right arm, put Colella in a headlock, and then just dragged him to the ice. Manning, he'd be a pretty good, what do you call those? Pantomime? I don't know, those. Never mind. So it looks like Kadek's in the box for Allen. It's going to be a 2-minute Utah power play. There's 5:30 left in the third period. 5-0 Americans as Colella, he'll skate towards the bench, and the Grizzlies are looking to get on the board here late. Grizzlies have been shut out twice this season, including this past Saturday against the Indy Fuel. The Grizzlies will have the 5-man unit of Webster, Friesen, and Manning, as well as Hanson Bukata and Danny Genev. Allen has outshot Utah 36-23, which includes a wide margin here in the third period. So it looks like Mikey Colella gets a 10-minute misconduct, and Caddick gets a 2-minute minor penalty for roughing. All those 14:30 into the third. So Colella is walking towards the locker room as he picked up the 10-minute misconduct. So Friesen will take the draw in the left circle against Dubois. Utah wins the faceoff as Hanson Buchanan will skate slowly towards the corner. Now he drops up top to Friesen. Friesen dancing back and forth, gets to AHB, who's got 18 power play assists. Over the corner, Utah is trying to get the power play rolling as they're 0 for their last 13. Genev starting past Manning, shot and a score! Genev to Manning to the back of the net. As Luke Manning gets his 9th of the year, and the Grizzlies get on the board with 5:14 left in regulation. Kind of a subdued celebration from the Grizzlies, but a beautiful pass by Danny Genev, who picks up his 21st power play assist of the year. As Genev got the puck to the middle of the ice, just nudged it ahead towards Manning, and then Manning with a quick release was able to get it past Parsons. So it's now a 5-1 game as the Grizzlies get a power play goal. Utah's now 1 for 3 on the power play. As Manning picked up the goal, Genev right now is listed with the lone assist, 14:46 into the third. So it's about as enthusiastic as you can be with the score 5-1. Puck ends up towards Parsons. He makes a save. 5:04 is left in the third period. Let's see if there's a timeout on the ice, and there is a timeout. We're back in 1 minute. It's Allen 5, Utah 1, but Luke Manning gets on the board with his 9th goal of the year. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to flowhockey.tv.
5 minutes and 4 seconds left in regulation. Allen leads 5-1, but the Grizzlies got a power play goal as Danny Genev found Luke Manning out in front. Manning got his 9th goal of the year, and Genev with his team leading 41st helper of the campaign. As puck goes deep into the Grizzly zone, it's still a power play for Utah's Caddick. Now has 1 minute and 15 seconds left, although it does look like we're skating 5-on-5. However, the scoreboard still has time running down on Allen's penalty kill, even though Caddick's out of the box and we're skating 5-on-5. There's now 4:39 left in the third. Allen has had a wide shot advantage in this third period. A shot advantage of 11-5. Some of the stars for the Americans tonight: Colton Hargrove, Harrison Blaisdell, Andre Anania, and Colby McCauley each have 1 goal and 1 assist. Grizzlies in their own zone. Reed Lebster with the puck as he stops along the far wing boards. He collides with Dubois. Now Lebster gets it back and he'll pitch it ahead to John Gillette. Gillette has been on the same line with Lebster and Friesen tonight. Noel at center ice trying to fire it in and does so successfully as he had Dubois nearby. Parsons whips it around the boards. It ricochets off of Lebster. As the Americans spread the ice, they're deep in their own zone. It's Allen 5, Utah 1. As the Americans with 1 goal in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Grizzlies with the power play goal from Manning. Right now, Genev's got the lone assist, 14:46 in. Lebster left wing just outside the circle. He tried to find Friesen out in front, but Friesen couldn't reach it as it was overled for him. As out to center ice, John Gillette taps it away from Kevin Gersoy, number 14. Now Gersoy enters from the right side, drops for Caddick, who gets it back to Gersoy, skates around Utah's net. Gersoy couldn't get a shot off on the wraparound as he was trying to move it around Miska's net. Just couldn't get a shot off in front. As the puck slides to the middle of the ice, taken by Dylan Gratton. He'll push to his right. There's 3.5 minutes left in the third period. As Dylan Gratton gets a pass from Webster, angle left. Gratton drops for Genev. Genev lefty shot misses wide as Hoy trying to go glove side and had some room on Parsons. Nemo couldn't get the puck off the boards. Now Manning takes it away. Manning danced around towards the left corner. As Luke Manning gets towards Genev, we try to center it to Nemo, and it's picked off as it ricochets off of Ty Prefontaine, the big defenseman for the Americans. Enns has the puck. He's back in his own zone. He'll bank it off the wall. Nemo plays it. Now it goes to Warmoth, who ices it. Arm is raised by both linesmen. 2:57 left in the third as Allen leads 5-1, but the Grizzlies won't be shut out tonight. It's interesting for the Grizzlies. If they can score 3 goals in a game, they've got a pretty good chance of winning. When scoring 3 or more goals, Grizzlies are 23, 8, and 4. However, when scoring less than 3, Grizzlies are just 1, 22, 4, and 1. So they only have 1 victory when they've scored less than 3. Of course, remember, last year the Grizzlies only had 2 victories when they scored less than 4 in a game. As Zinger gets the puck, skates towards the right corner, looking for his first pro goal, centers it. Bouncing puck is collected by Parsons in the crease. Jackson Parsons has played a pretty good game, and the Grizzlies certainly earned their lone goal with Genev getting it to Manning. And it was really the quick release on the shot by Manning that was able to get it past Jackson Parsons. Otherwise, the Allen goaltenders played a pretty good game. And really, that's been a big part as to why the Americans have had success this year is they've gotten pretty good goaltending play. They've got a .914 save percentage this season. Last year, it was in the 800s. They had really struggled defensively last year, and a big improvement this year with the goaltending and the defensive unit, and that's a big part as to why the Americans have gone from last place last year to third place this season. The Americans, after tonight's game, will be 6 points ahead of Tahoe for third place in the Mountain Division. There's 2.5 minutes left in the third period. Gillette gets it off the boards. Mike, that is, drops for Rosborough. As he'll move it across, Rosborough's been paired up with Ryan Taylor and Mike Gillette all night. In fact, they were a pretty good forward line on Sunday in the 3-1 victory over the Indy Fuel. Colby McCauley off his stick. He's got 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Rosborough fires it across. The puck off the boards on one bounce of the ice as Reed Webster. He's back at the start of his shift as he's out there with John Gillette and Friesen. 2 minutes left in the third period. Allen's got the puck in the near corner. Webster takes it away, trying to center it to John Gillette. Allen will slide it ahead. 2-on-1 for the Americans. Braden Watts centers it. Allen trying to get it back towards Watts. Cutting in front is Evan Friesen on a good defensive play. As Friesen's really played a strong 2-way game for the Grizzlies over the last couple months. As the Americans back deep in their own zone, as time is on their side with 1.5 minutes left in regulation. As Allen throws in the middle of the ice, Blaisdell lefty shot. Rebound shot saved by Miska. As Blaisdell just kind of slinged one in front of the net. Ricocheted off Miska. Blaisdell got it back, and Miska made the second save as well. 1:28 left in the third. 5-1 Allen. The Americans have 5 goals on 38 shots. Miska had to be quick on that one, not only on the first shot, but the second look by Harrison Blaisdell, who's one of 4 Americans to have 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. So Manning will take the face-off against Michael Gildon. We had mentioned the injuries, and it's not to be used as an excuse. Obviously, the Grizzlies have got to win with whoever they got out there, but they've had a ton of key players that have been missed due to injury, especially when you're talking about guys like Connors and Tyler Gratton, who's been key forces to the Grizzlies all year. Noah Gansky's a very dependable defenseman, as well as the first-year pro Weinstein, and Kovacevic's missed most of the year. Blaisdell down the middle of the ice, stick a lefty shot, and he scores. 1:08 left in the third as Blaisdell fired at stick side past Miska. And so that'll make it a 6-1 game. As Blaisdell kind of hesitated, that got both Miska and Boiler off balance. So that's the 4th goal by the Americans here in the third period. For Harrison Blaisdell, it's the 2nd of the game and 25th of the year. So it's now a 6-1 Allen lead. As draws can be at center ice, Rosborough will take it against Jack Dubois. Well, Mark Larson, how much time is left in this thing?
1 minute remaining in the third period.
Well, we certainly appreciate it, and we certainly thank everybody who stuck with us through this one, even though the score has gotten a little bit lopsided here towards the end, as Allen back in their own zone in the far corner. Grizzlies skate from right to left as the Americans back towards the near side, as Dubois will sling one towards his left, and the Americans step over the offensive line, allegedly onside. Down the middle of the ice, lefty shot goes wide on Miska as Dubois gets up top. 35 seconds left. The Americans trying to get it up top, and the puck will slide out to center ice. Jackson Decker will get it back at his blue line as both teams will spread the ice. Taylor will come off for a change. Ryan Taylor's going to be a pretty good pro, 6'3", 210 pounds out of the St. Louis area. 18 seconds left, and boy, the Grizzlies had their chances, but either Parsons was making key saves or, shots were going wide. Just one of those nights for the Grizzlies. 8 seconds left. Utah over the offensive blue as John Gillette gets towards Lebster. Lebster left wing, fires towards the net, and he scores. Reed Lebster gets his 31st of the year, and he fired a bar down. It got a little bit of iron, and the Grizzlies get their second goal of the night as it's a 6-2 game with 2.3 seconds left in regulation. No real celebration for the Grizzlies, obviously, with the scoreboard being what it is, but Reed Lebster gets his 31st of the year as he fired a beautiful shot over the left shoulder of Jackson Parsons. As that one hit the far post, and the iron was kind as Lebster looked like in front of him. Barbashev was trying to block it, and Lebster had the perfect accuracy. Puck is dropped, and this baby's over. Grizzlies got third period goals from Luke Manning and Reed Lebster. But the Allen Americans got 2 goals and 1 assist from Harrison Blaisdell, and 3 other Americans had 1 goal and 1 assist. And Allen, who scored 1 goal in the first, 1 in the second, and 4 in the third, get the 6-2 victory as the Grizzlies thank their crowd that showed up tonight on this rare Thursday home game. Remember, both teams will be off for 2 days, and the Grizzlies on Sunday afternoon will have a 3:10 start in the final regular season meeting ever between the Grizzlies and Americans. Both teams will head off the ice. The Americans get the win as their record goes to 34-23-5. They are now 16-14-3 on the road. Grizzlies fall to 24-31-8-1. They are now 7-16-5 here at the friendly confines of Maverick Center. We saw Posh. He just got reassigned to the Grizzlies from the AHL's Colorado Eagles. I've had 2 different versions of style. You say his first name, but it's possible we'll see Posh in net on Sunday afternoon at 3:10 as he had been with the Colorado Eagles all year long, along with Kyle Kaiser and Trent Miner. What can you say? Outside the Grizzlies getting a couple goals there in the third period, it was all Americans. Allen took a 1-0 lead, 1:51 in, as Colby McCauley got his 21st of the year, and after he fired the backhand shot past Miske, crashed into the Utah goaltender. Michael Gildon and Andre Anania with the assists. Allen had a 1-0 lead after one. The Grizzlies had a 12-10 shot advantage in the first period. In the final 40 minutes of regulation, Allen had a 28-12 advantage in the shot count. It took 18 minutes and 5 seconds for somebody to score in the second period. It stayed a 1-0 game for quite a while. And then Colton Hargrove got his 20th of the year as McCauley just kind of tapped the puck away from Manning. Hargrove got it in the slot, and he was all alone, and he fired it past the left glove of Miska. As Hargrove got his 20th of the year, there's quite a few Allen players with 20 or more goals this season, as they've been one of the best offensive clubs in the league. McCauley ended up with a multiple-point game with 1 goal and 1 assist, and he got that in the first 2 periods of play. And Hargrove, as he scored 18:05 into the second, that gave Allen a 2-0 lead. In the third period, the Americans got a few power plays. In fact, there was 2 occasions where the Grizzlies picked up double minors for high sticking. Janea, 4:43 into the third period, picked up a double minor for high sticking. And then the first half of the double minor, it was Sam Sedley getting a 7th of the year with Hargrove, and Gildon gained the assist. That made it a 3-0 game. And then Reed Lebster got a high sticking double minor, 7:25 in. And then Allen cashed in the first half of that, as Blaisdell made it a 4-0 game. He scored his 24th of the year. Caddick and Watts with the assists. Then later on in the third period, it was a delayed penalty, as Allen had 6 on the ice. Grizzlies had 5, and it was Andre Anania getting a siren pass out in front from Blaisdell, and Anania put it away for a sixth of the year. Blaisdell and Watts with the assist. Braden Watts ended the night with 2 third-period assists. Then the Grizzlies got on the board. It was a power play goal as Danny Genev was just out in the slot, and he just kind of pushed it ahead towards Manning. It was a quick pass from Genev to Manning, and then Manning with an ultra-quick release past Parsons for Utah's first goal, and that was 14:46 into the third period. Later on in regulation, Harrison Blaisdell got his second of the game and 25th of the year, 18:52 win. Sillinger and Gildon with the assists. And then with 2.3 seconds left in regulation, it was Reed Webster getting his 31st of the year with John Gillette picking up the assists. And I believe Gillette ended up getting the lone assist on the Webster goal, 19:57 into the third period. You're watching on Flow Sports, the highlights come rolling in. But really for the Americans, it just seemed like they're the type of club, they don't try to do too much, and they play kind of a power game. And Utah's a little bit more of a speed-based team, and they're one of the smaller teams in the league, especially with the injuries piling up to some of Utah's bigger players. So the Americans are one of those teams that there are certain matchups that they can be have a tough time with. Allen has a tough time with Idaho, and there's a couple other teams that the Americans struggle with. But, with their size, they can give the Grizzlies a little bit of issues. And tonight, the Americans, you can't complain about the officiating too much, but, Allen did get 7 power plays. The Grizzlies did get 3. Part of that discrepancy is you count, when you get a double minor, a 4-minute penalty for high sticking, it does count as 2 penalties. So it was really 5 infractions for the Grizzlies and 3 for the Americans. And then obviously the Americans scored on that delayed penalty. So it doesn't, that penalty doesn't officially show up in the penalty sheet. So it could have been an 8th power play for the Americans. And it's just one of those where, Allen's one of those clubs. They've got a slight chance of second place with Idaho, but they're about 10 points back. In fact, with the victory, Allen is still 9 points behind Idaho for second place in the division. But the Americans have been a pretty hot club as of late, as they're now 7-4 over their last 11 games. Utah had their chances. Parsons, the Allen goaltender, played a strong game. As we mentioned a couple times there, Grizzlies either missed the net on a few occasions, or in that case right there where Webster was robbed by Parsons there early in the third period. You got to tip your cap. The Allen goaltender, for the most part, played a good game. So the Americans get the 6-2 victory. 3 stars of the game, and you might shuffle it around a little bit based on Blaisdell getting a 3-point night. Right now it's listed with Jackson Parsons, the Allen goaltender, getting the 3rd star. He stopped 23 of 25, and really you think about the first 2.5 periods, that's where he really shined before the Grizzlies were able to get too late on him. Colton Hargrove's the 2nd star. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. He was a +2 and had 8 shots. At the number 1 star is Colby McCauley. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. He was a +2 and had 2 shots. On the Utah side, kind of a weird-looking box score. Manning and Webster each led the way with 4 shots. Oddly enough, this is, I think, the first time all year, or maybe the first or second time, where Danny Genev didn't have a single shot on goal. As obviously he's in the top of every scouting report, and the Allen Americans made sure to double-team him and have a guy on him at all times, as Genev just had a tough time breaking free tonight. So Manning and Webster with 4 shots. 3 shots for Colbiens, 2 for Nemo, Friesen, Hans Mukata, as well as Rosborough. So those guys had 2 shots, and a handful of Grizzlies with 1 shot. Winning goaltenders, Jackson Parsons. His record goes to 10-9-1. He saved 23 of 25 in the losing goaltenders. Hunter Miska, his record falls to 3-5-2 as Hunter stopped 33 of 39. As we mentioned, the Grizzlies had the shot advantage in the first period, 12-10, but the last 2 periods, Allen with 29 shots and the Grizzlies had 13. So that starts a 9-game homestand for the Grizzlies, which will conclude here in 2.5 weeks, and we'll end the 2025-26 season. And it's tough for me to say, and I think it's tough for everybody to hear, but obviously it's the final homestand in team history. And if we're going to make some great memories over the next couple weeks and kind of remember all the good times here over the 31-year stretch of Utah Grizzlies hockey. We'll obviously talk some Grizzlies history throughout the homestand and have some fun things over the next 2.5 weeks. So make sure to join us and be part of this final hunt as the Grizzlies want to salute the fans and want to thank the fans who have really stuck with us through thick and thin over the years. So make sure to hang out with us on Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Coverage will begin at 2:50. Faceoffs at about 3:10 as the Grizzlies take on the Allen Americans. In the last of a 2-game series, it'll be the 10th and final meeting between the clubs. Utah's 3-5-1 this season against the Americans. So we'll see what the Grizzlies have in store for the Sunday afternoon affair. Utah did get third-period goals from Luke Manning and Reed Webster. Danny Genev and John Gillette each had 1 assist on the night. There were a couple players that had a +1 rating. Tonight, there's actually 3 players. Evan Friesen was a +1. Remember, he played a ton of minutes. John Gillette was also a +1, as well as defenseman Andrew Noel. So those 3 were a +1 for the Grizzlies this evening, despite the 6-2 loss. Well, thanks for being with us tonight. We know there's a lot of sports options out there. Thanks for choosing the Grizzlies here in their final hunt against the Allen Americans. That'll just about wrap things up. Once again, in 2 hours and 28 minutes and in front of a crowd here on a Wednesday night of 3,125, it's the Allen Americans defeating the Utah Grizzlies 6-2. I'm Tyson Whiting, and I'm just pursuing my dream, and that's to someday in the very near future get to the National Hockey League. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Next broadcast will be on Sunday afternoon at 2:50, face-off at about 3:10. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Good night, everybody.